Yo, hello. How are you doing? Are you excited for the big announcement? I was checking the waiting room earlier and I saw that there are over 40 people waiting for the stream to start, and I was like, what? That never happens. What's going on? So it seems that them hyping up this announcement really worked. Hello again. Thank you for tuning in. Oh, dude, I'm so excited. I was waiting the entire week for this announcement. What's up? I just finished my chores around the house. I woke up early to be able to finish them so I could finally stream. Hello JC, JK Craft. I just saw a notification and I thought I would join. No idea what the announcement is about. I mean, nobody has any idea, but if we are going with what they announced already during the previous live stream, it should be more info about part 2. I believe, and mind you, this is what I believe, that they'll drop a concept trailer for the second part of the story, just like they did with Reborn 2 for Star Rail. That's my speculation. YouTube did a good job of advertising you. I don't usually see your streams and I wake up at this time every day. Really? Well, I'm glad. Welcome. I'm happy that you were able to tune in. Will the announcement have English translation? On the Chinese stream, probably not. On the TGS stream, I have no idea. I think they have some kind of translations there, but I'm not sure. But usually when they have this announcement, they also upload the video on the global YouTube channel too. So yeah, let me give you a quick rundown of what we are doing today. I started earlier, an hour earlier, because I wanted to catch the Tokyo Game Show live stream for Hoyoverse, which starts in 3 minutes actually, to see if maybe they announced something there earlier. I will have the TGS stream in the background, but I will not be really focusing on it. I will just have it there to see if they are announcing something for Honkai Impact 3, because they will, the live stream will be for all the Hoyoverse games. And maybe Honkai Impact 3 won't be in the first hour, because the live stream is 2 hours long. So we don't really know. Last year I know that they started with Genshin, and I would assume that this year they will do the same. And I'm not really caught up with Genshin. I'm still finishing my quest in Sumeru, so I have no idea what's happening in Fontaine. So I don't really want to focus too much on the stream, and basically I want to go into Fontaine with as much of little context as possible. So yeah, that's why I will not be really focusing on the stream when the Genshin part is there. And I don't really think that they'll have any big announcements for Genshin and Star Rail. If we get anything big, it would be for Honkai Impact 3 and maybe a new trailer for Zenless Zone Zero. So yeah, that's the gist of it. And after an hour, when the live stream for the anniversary starts on Bilibili, we will go, switch to the live stream. Oh, and as a disclaimer, for those of you who are not caught up with the story on China, the anniversary live stream will most likely have story spoilers for chapter 40. So if you are not, if you want to play the chapter for yourself when it drops on global, you better tune out at that point, because trust me, there are some interesting things that you will want to experience for yourself in the game. So yeah, this is my spoiler warning for you. Did you already finish the Vanarana quest? Yes, I'm almost done with everything Sumeru related. I still have to finish exploring the last map that they added in 3.6, I think, and I still have Yoimi as second character quest. And after that I'm done, and I can finally move on to Fontaine. Is there a possibility for Genshin anime update? I mean, maybe, because this is in Tokyo Game Show, and the anime is made by Ufotable, so maybe they opted to give us a reveal during this show. I don't know. Let me see. When is the? Okay, so the game show already started. Let me just switch it up. Have you seen the latest story for yourself, Homo? Yes, if you are talking about chapter 40, yes, I have seen all the spoilers. Hello, so happy that you play Honkai and Genshin. Focus on the lore and their connections. Well, hello. Yeah, I'm not really focusing on Genshin's lore that much, but on the Honkai series, I kinda do. Genshin for me is a game that I don't really want to dive too deep into, because I enjoy it just for the exploration for the most part, and have a very surface level understanding of the lore. Because I would really be going crazy if I would try to keep up with Star Rail, Honkai Impact Third and Genshin at the same time. It's just impossible. I can barely keep up with two games. AP, so can you explain Syrian scissors? I mean, it's not much to explain. It's just a pair of scissors. They probably got the idea from the elf, and they adapted it for the battlesuit. Yeah, that's the same figurine that they showed during the Honkai Carnival. Will you be covering ZZZ if it releases? I don't really know, honestly. It's still too early for me to give you an answer on that. I'll have to play the game first and see if I enjoy the lore as much as I enjoy the Honkai series. If yes, then sure. Hi Homo, I wanted to ask about Celeste Herrscher powers, since they're quite confusing. Will she lose her powers when she returns to Earth, since I think her Herrscher core is connected to Sa? She shouldn't lose her Herrscher powers, even if her connection is with Sa. I mean, we see Senti and the other Herrschers using their powers in the Bubble universe, even if the Cocoon of Finality is not there, so that's not really a requirement for them to be able to use their powers. So I think she should still be able to use them. AP, I don't think that they're a reference for anything from Syrian's backstory. Or at least I don't remember her having scissors in Second Eruption at any point. But maybe I remember it wrong, I don't know. I really think that they took the reference from the Syrian elf. Okay, so I wonder if the order is this one that they are showing it here. Because that might be the order, so Honkai Impactor would be close to the end, which it means that I don't think that we will see anything related to it in the first hour. Yeah, Syrian has scissors because it looks cool. Will you release explanation of the Captain verse from the beginning? Because I don't play the Captain verse from the beginning. Well, me neither. So it's a lot to catch up, and I want to do that at some point, but I'm very busy right now with the Exploring the Honkai Universe series that I'm working on, and I also want to prioritize the main story. And as some of you may have noticed, since patch 1.3 I started to collaborate with Honkai Star Rail for lore videos on Star Rail 2. And that was my first sponsor video, and they already asked me for a lore video for 1.4 as well, so I'm very busy with a lot of projects right now. I don't really have time to focus on the Captain verse, which will be a very big time investment, right? Because if I do it, I want to do it properly, and I would have to go back and go through the stories of the very early events, so I don't really have that time now, but I plan to do it eventually, hopefully maybe next year. I know that Captain verse technically ends this patch, but that's the best I can do. Yeah, for those of you who want to learn more, there is a Google document made by Sacron, who is the lore master for the Captain verse, where there is an explanation for all the older events in chronological order. I don't really have a link for it right now, but maybe I'll make a post and a tweet about it for the people that are interested to find it. Do you think that Elysia can be resurrected? I mean, if she's something like alive in the core of Origin, so that means that Cele can create her body or something. She's not really alive in the core of Origin. That the entity that May spoke with during chapter 34 wasn't really Elysia, it was the authority of Origin itself taking Elysia's form. So Elysia is technically dead, and we know that the Herrscher of Death cannot resurrect dead people, because their soul is already left this world. So no, I don't think that Elysia can come back, but who knows, it's Hoyoverse, they can basically do whatever they want. I rather you don't bother, because the devs purposely made the Captain verse too messy to follow, and now they want to kill it off. I mean, it is very fragmented, but I don't, as far as I know about the Captain verse, it's not really that messy. If you take the events and arrange them in chronological order, it makes a lot more sense. But yeah, like I said, it won't be anytime soon. Earliest it will be sometimes early next year. Hi Homu, hello Robinson, hello. Where did Elysia's core go anyway? Where she died? I don't think we ever saw the 13th Divine Key. I mean, there isn't a 13th Divine Key, because Ellie mentions during the Flame Chaser's arc that she basically returned to the Honkai. Basically, she returned to the cocoon. And by doing that, she's severed the threads of fate, which is a system through which the cocoon can control the Herrschers in the world, in the proper world, and also in the bubble worlds, if it has control over one. So the authority, after that, the authority remained dormant in imaginary space. That's the explanation that we have in chapter 34. So yeah, that's why you don't see a divine key made from the core of the Herrscher of Origin, because her authority never remained on Earth. It was dormant in imaginary space, or there was no core of Origin to begin with to make a divine key out of. Hi Homo, do you think that we can get a playable Tesla in Honkai Impact or Star Rail? Well, funny that you asked, because if you saw the promotional image for the anniversary, they included both Tesla and Einstein alongside the playable characters, and I don't know, that might be them foreshadowing that they will become playable in the future. If you asked me that question 2 years ago, I would say no. But recently they really started to bring out a lot of new Valkyries and focus less on other battlesuits for existing character, and they like to do them only for big story moments. Oh, this is the trailer for 4.1. I already saw this. So yeah, I think it's possible for them to become playable. So without Elysia, there's a good chance they would be like the GGZ Hershers in personality or nah? Yes, if Elysia would have not cut the Threads of Fate, the Hershers of the New Era would have been the same as the one from the previous era, under the control of the Cocoon, and they most likely wouldn't be able to retain their humanity. Do you think Furina will be announced? I mean, I have no idea. Maybe. We need playable Nagamitsu. Now that is a stretch that I think that won't happen. Because I totally see how they could make Tesla and Einstein playable. They could relate their battlesuits to a mech. I don't know, they can give Einstein a mech because she likes staying in her mech anyway. She even has a fridge and air conditioner in there. And they could make Tesla a fist user because she has that robot fist. So I can see them becoming playable, but Nagamitsu, I have no idea how would they make her playable. What are the odds of them showing the CN livestream for Honkai Impact Art? I mean, during the TGS, I don't think that they will show the livestream for Honkai Impact Art, but they might share the same the same thing that they'll share during the anniversary livestream at the same time. I mean, that's what I think. So it will be the same announcement, but through different channels. How about making both of them a single unit? I mean, that would be interesting. They could. Kallen still needs a battlesuit. Oh yeah, Kallen battlesuit is one of the biggest copiums I see in the Honkai community. It's up there with Himeko is still alive. But who knows? They might give her a new battlesuit at some point, if they ever decide to focus on the world created by Aro in Taspoke Apocalypse. Question: in terms of story in Starter, if you're a writer, what wishlist story point do you want to happen since Honkai Impact 3 Star are connected in a way? Also, do you think that March 7 is actually a lean? That's a good question. Honestly, I have no idea. If you're talking about the games being connected, I would honestly don't really want them to connect them more than they already are, because it would get too messy and too confusing for people that play only one game. And regarding March 7 being Aileen, for those of you who don't know, Aileen is the white-haired girl from the Reborn 2 trailer. I think that Aileen might be a early design for March, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, March's companion quest gave us some really interesting hints about her origin and what she might be. How does Elysia's Hersher form allow Hershers from the current era to retain humanity? It's like Hersher of Origin's main authority? I never understood that. Well, at least they were very cryptic about that and they used mostly metaphors, but here's my understanding. Alicia said that she cut the threads of fate, which is basically, like I previously said, a system that the Cocoon of Finality has in place to control the Hershers. So to have a better visualization, you can think of these imaginary strings that attach themselves to the Hershers and are able to control them. Alicia said that she cut them basically. And during chapter 34, May reveals that one of the powers of the Hersher of Origin is to cut through everything. And when she said everything, she literally meant everything. She could literally cut through concepts. So she basically cut the system put in place by the Cocoon to control Hershers, because that's one of the powers of the Hersher of Origin. And yeah, it's pretty broken. She can basically cut a concept if she wants. Homo, would you want to see a big story crossover between all the Hoyo games? They are exploring connections between worlds more, so I see it a possibility. Would I like to? Yes. Do I think that it will happen? No. I don't think that they'll do more than what they did for Genshin and Honkai Impact 3 if they do a collab. They will put it in a setting where it's not really serious and will not really affect the cosmology overall. But yeah, I would like to see, I don't know, the Astral Express stopping on Earth, or Welt going home for a bit and showing them around. But I don't think that it will happen. Yeah, JK. The Authority of Origin can be used to create connections. And that's what she used to basically integrate all the Hersher authorities into Kiana during chapter 35. So it's a pretty OP power. Anime fan, you didn't miss anything important. We are just having the TGS presentation in the background, hoping that maybe they will announce something earlier for Honkai Impact 3 here, while we wait for the anniversary stream to start in 40 minutes. So yeah, now we're just talking about the story. So Elysia could cut an Eon? I don't know, dude. I mean, the power scaling in the Honkai series is such a complicated thing that it's not very simple to formulate, because there's various factors, and I know that a lot of people are arguing who's more powerful, Eons, Hershers, can Kiana kill Eons, and it's a bit more complicated, because power scaling is a very delicate thing and it's not so easy to put in practice. We have no idea. Frankly, we have too little information to say anything concrete, and the way the Honkai series works is that usually the entity or the person who is set up by the story to win will eventually win, regardless of the power scale or the power level of said entities. Even if the enemy is way more powerful, which we had examples in the past with enemies a lot more powerful than us that were defeated because the characters either came up with a strategy or other thing that allowed them to emerge victorious. So that's why I said that it's very difficult to do power scaling in the Honkai series, and I don't really like to talk about this kind of stuff. Hi Homun, just wanted to say that I love your lore videos, thank you and keep doing what you do. Thank you, I really appreciate the support. Wait, are they changing the engine for Honkai Impact Third? No, they are not changing the engine. They still use Unity, but they might, from what we know, they might upgrade it and use a newer version that looks a lot better. So they will upgrade to the graphics, but not the engine itself. The engine is still Unity. Hi, first time catching you live. Just wanted to say that I love your content. Thank you, Palmesia, and welcome. Hope you enjoy your stay. Honkai Gakuen 2 got a new cast. Yes, I saw. They are so cool. Yesterday I was listening to. They have a new song from Meet and Royd. I was listening all day to that song on repeat. Are you interested in having Kiana being released in Star Rail, but instead of our Tuna we'll get an character variant of her, or if Bianca didn't lose her memories and continued being Kiana? I mean, Kiana will appear in Star Rail, that's just a matter of time, but like you said, I don't think that it will be our Kiana, it will be another version of Kiana. Because let's be honest, it's a Honkai game and there can be a Honkai game without a Kiana at some point. Homo, do you think that the Cocoon of Finality and the Eon of Finality... Do you think that the Cocoon of Finality is the Eon of Finality? I have a theory where the Star Rail universe is a parallel universe set in the future after Kiana completely defeated the Honkai. No, I don't think that they're the same entity because... and I know that I am the one who started the whole... the Cocoon might be related to Terminus in my video, but I didn't know better at that time and I haven't checked the CN names for Terminus and the Cocoon at that time, because even though they are called the same in English and Japanese, they are written differently in Chinese. So they are different entities, as far as we know. And regarding your theories, I don't really think so. I mean, we know that Star Rail happens sometimes in the future, because we have wealth there after alien space. But I don't think that it has any other connection besides wealth to Honkai Impact Third. There was a hiring for people with engine knowledge, so the changing is a possibility with the current Unity situation, but it will take time before anything happens for smooth transition. I have no idea how programming works or how to make a game, but for the little I know and all the people that are in the know and I talk with about this told me that changing an engine is extremely complicated. It's not something that you can just change and import all your stuff from your old engine. You would basically need to redo everything from zero. So if they want to change the engine, as far as I understand it, I may be wrong here, I'm not an expert, so take it with a grain of salt, they would basically need to remake the entire game from zero, which is not very... I don't know, not very likely for them to make, because that would be a great amount of work that I don't think that is warranted. Hey Ahomu, hello Carla. About the designs of the Eons, do you think that they're at least loosely based off the designs of the Flame Chasers? I never once have that thought. I don't really see a connection, but now that you introduced that idea, I might need to look at them again through a different lens. Maybe. I don't think so, but like I said, I have to look at them again now, with this idea in mind, to give you an answer. My question is, how much knowledge do the people of Starrel have on the Sea of Quant? As far as I know or have read, there has not been a single mention of the Sea of Quant or even acknowledgement of it. There is acknowledgement of it in some of the I think there are some upgrade materials for the quantum characters. So there is mention of the Sea of Quanta in Starrel, but not by characters, that's for sure. So we have no idea how much they know about it. But we know that the Sea of Quanta is a thing in Starrel for sure, because there is mention of it and we have quantum in it. So yeah, that alone should make it very clear. A French 2D MMO named Dofus is switching from Flash engine to Unity engine, and it has been almost 4 years and the engine swap hasn't happened yet, and it is a very simple game. Yeah, that's how I also know that it's a really complicated process in which you need to basically remake the entire game. Yaosha Mobius, Nanook Kalpas, Yaosha Mobius? I don't really see the resemblance. I mean, if I were to associate Mobius with an Ian, it would most likely be Ouroboros, the Voracity. Because, you know, both are basically snakes. But I can see the Nanook and Kalpas. I can see that. Masked Fools, Kalpas followers. Yeah, the followers of the cake. Homolabs, if I remember correctly, people talk about Unity or Unreal, they talk about the platform game engine runs on. They act as game engines themselves, but most games use a customized version to fit the game needs. Okay, I see. So I assume that Hoyoverse is using a custom version of Unity for their games, right? Like, Lynx has nothing to do with Quantum, and her power is a pickaxe and food supplies. I mean, this is something that we see in Honkai Impact Earth as well, because for some battlesuits the typing really doesn't make sense, but a lot of the time they do it for balancing purposes, so they will always prioritize balancing the gameplay over making sense lore-wise. So yeah, because of this we see some very odd combinations of types and characters. Same with Bronya, because everything about her screams ice in Starrel, and in Honkai Impact Earth she is also ice, except for a few battlesuits which are physical, if I remember correctly. But she's mainly ice, and her design screams ice, but for some reason she's wind. Which again doesn't really make sense, but I'm assuming they did that again for balancing purposes. Did you roll for Fush 1? I did, but I lost the 50-50, and now I'm saving for Jingliu and Topaz. Because to be fair, I don't really need another sustain unit. I have Luocha, and Luocha is fully kitted, he's a monster, he's keeping my team alive by himself. I have Bailu, and I also have Gepard and his signature Lightcon, so I really don't need any more sustain. So I said that I will stop and wait for Jingliu. Because I skipped both Kafka and Blade, so my only DPSs right now are Sele and Imbibitor Lune. And I would like another DPS. I also have Jingyuan, but let's be honest, who uses Jingyuan? No, I'm kidding. I don't really like Jingyuan's playstyle. It's nothing to do with his kit or him being weak, but I don't like the fact that most of his damage is his lightning lord, and you have to play around that and manage him like that. It's not fun for me. so that's why I don't really use him anymore. Will you be making a little bit more Star Rail theory videos? What will be your plans for the future once part 2 ends? Ends or begins? Because there's still a lot of time until part 2 will end. But yeah, I will do more Star Rail videos in the future. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, I am working with Star Rail now for a couple of videos on the game. I already did a video on Dan Hung, and I will do a video for 1.4 as well. So yeah, you can expect more Star Rail videos to come in the future. What about links? Did you get her at least? Yes, I got C1 links. So yes, I have her. And from I haven't played her. I still need to build her, but from what I understand, she's pretty good for a 4-star unit. In Star Rail, do the characters' pets in gameplay such as Hunt or Destruction mean something in the lore? Not really. Even in Star Rail we see some very odd combinations of pets for characters that I'm pretty sure that they don't have in real life. Hersher of Sentience being a bio is the biggest brah moment. I mean, if you want to stretch her lore, you can kinda make her bio, because she's the Hersher of consciousness, of human consciousness basically, so she's more human. I don't know. Like I said, I am just stretching things here to make sense. Jingyuan being an emanator of the hunting lore, but erudition in gameplay is fun. Yeah. HRB being Psy is more bruh. I mean, I addressed that in the video, it's mostly a balancing thing. But yeah, she lore-wise she's more imaginary, if anything, than psychic. But psychic is not even such a big stretch for her, since a lot of Hershers are also psychic. I have another question. How far and strong is the influence of and authority of the Cocoon of Finality? I read one comment saying that Herta dismissed Welt's story about Honkai as a fallacy. We know that the Cocoon has control over the worlds that it chooses to operate. That means that it has control over Earth right now. And as far as we know, it doesn't have control over other worlds, unless it just goes there. Or the Sea of Quanta for that matter, which was confirmed in chapter 38 by Mistalin. She said it very clearly that the bubble universe that she visited during that time period were not controlled by the Cocoon of Finality, and the Honkai there manifested in different ways. So as far as we know, the Cocoon only has control over the world it inhabits. Homolabs, have you seen the new Stardust type? Me here still coping for a new bio. Yeah, I have seen it, but I think that it will take some time until we have a Stardust character, because if I remember correctly, imaginary enemies were introduced in 4.7, and the first imaginary unit that we had in the game was Raven in 5.2, so that was over 5 patches. So yeah, I don't expect to see a Stardust unit anytime soon. Well, Fushuan mentioned in March Quest that she's connected to Nose, but she's preservation. It's not March the one who's connected to Nose, it's Fushuan herself who got her powers from Nose, the matrix of prescience. March is connected to Fu Li, in a way. That's what they imply. Okay, so this was for Genshin, right? Okay, next is Star Rail. Maybe we'll see a new trailer for the game. Or for one of the new characters. Homo, do you think that more Eons will be born as the story progresses? I mean, it's not impossible. I would like to see that, so yeah, that is a possibility. Okay, wait, Star Rail trailer. Okay, let's watch this. Of course. Okay. Is this Topaz? Yes. Who's her JP voice actor? I swear I heard that voice before. I know that for Cian is Mace, who is also the voice actor of Fu Hua and Senti.
皆さんこんにちは。担当役の伊藤健人です。よろしくお願いします。よろしくお願いいたします。そしてこの方。はい、こんにちは。二次三次所属 VTuber のエルです。
She's here to collect taxes, yes. Okay, let's be honest. We all did that in Balabog. We all did that. So that trailer is very realistic. With the train. Yeah, she's very beautiful. I mean, I know that I did a couple of times. Just for fun, I would stop right in front of it to see what happens. Homo, if you were to make a new pet with any ideal or concept you want, what concept would it be and what would be the Eon's goal about the universe? That's a question worth pondering. What path I would make? I don't know if I would make one, a new one. I would honestly, if I have to choose a path, I would most likely choose erudition. And, I don't know, spend my days learning about the lore of a gacha game. I just thought about a theory. What if her show of origin was made not by the cocoon but Terminus in order to stop or stall the cocoon of finality for some unknown purpose, but this act resulted in Terminus' demise. I mean, it was pretty much confirmed that the Hersh of origin comes from the cocoon of finality. So that theory doesn't really stand up. because they said in chapter 35 that Origin is came from finality. Even if it was an accident and she wasn't supposed to exist, her origin is still finality, the cocoon of finality. Path of Gamba, yeah.
特定の依頼の要求を満たすようにキャラクターを派遣することで制御キャラクター経験値素材などを獲得できるステーション特派。もう一つは期間中疑似科学をクリアすると一定回数2倍の報酬を得られる花が育む半生もございます。
I don't know, it would be between erudition and nihility for me. I said nihility because sometimes when I try to piece the lore together, it gets so complicated that I wish I could die. I'm joking, by the way.
陰月君はラフ寿命族の長が代々受け継ぐ称号であり、炭鉱の前世炭風が冠していたものです。しかしある理由で彼は寿命の秘宝を無断で使い、許されざる罪を犯してしまいました。炭鉱が背負っているその複雑な過去も。
Personally, I would like to see an Eon of creation origin, one who creates for the better of the universe, something to oppose Nanook and destruction. I'm trying to think if we know about an Eon that we could associate that with. Which Eon would be the closest to an Eon of origin? Harmony. I don't really know that we have one. Abundance, yes. Abundance, maybe, but not quite. Because abundance for me is prolonging life, sheltering life. Origin would mean creating something new. And origin is not limited to life itself, to anything, to a concept, to just the purest form of creation, of beginning. While abundance for me is more about healing, about immortality, about prolonging life.
そうです。なんか雰囲気やっぱり炭鉱さんの時と陰月さんの時で違うなっていうのは感じてたんですけど、こうして声優さんご本人から聞けるなんかドキドキしました今。はい。
ありがとうございます。一個覚悟を決めた状態というか、そういう言い方も。
Do you think we will get Fuhua in Honkai Star Rail? I mean, for sure, we already have mentions of the Admiral Hua in Honkai Star Rail, which is Marshal Hua. And she's basically the leader of the Shenzhou Alliance. So I'm assuming that she's the Fuhua version of Star Rail. Maybe preservation. Clipot likes to build, but again, Clipot is preserving life. It's similar to abundance in a way, but a different approach. And keep in mind, there's also the possibility, I don't know for sure if this was mentioned, but all the eons that we know of, all the eons that exist, I mean, as far as we know, there could be more eons out there that haven't been mentioned in the game, or haven't been discovered yet. So I don't know. Yeah, Ho might be close to creation. I agree, Lupe. Is there another world that exists in the universe? I mean, there must be. On some planet in the Honkai universe, there must be another world. But we haven't met them yet. And it would be funny for Welt to meet another Welt. But honestly, what I like to see is for Welt to meet another Welt Joyce, not another Welt Yang. Now that would be an interesting encounter.
そうですね。やっぱり声優さんご本人からそのキャラクターに関するお話を聞くと、そのストーリーを見た時に感じたキャラクターの印象がより 深いものになってすごいありがたいなっていうふうに思いますね。不言はまあラフの
How much AP do you reckon we need for Fush 1 to have for difficulty 5 swarm?
不言が隣に並んだ時に不言が目線を上げるっていう
I know that I saw Grimm's video about Fushon build, and I think he mentioned something about 5 or 6k HP with her skill active, so I think that we're on there. But you should better check a guide about for her before building her. That's what I usually do. Eon Long of Permanence is set to create all the dragons who created their science and their version of immortality. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't thought about Long, because yes, the Permanence would be the closest, because they are the science of all the dragons. And we know that it's not just Vidyadhara that are science of Long. There are other species, draconic species on other worlds that also are part of the same group. But Long seems very limited. The Permanence seems only limited to dragons, you know? If it were a true Eon of Origin, I would imagine the concept to be a lot more broad. But yeah, of the Eons that we know of, I agree that Long would be the closest, maybe even the Equilibrium in some ways. But yeah, it's these two for now.
やり取りをしてるんだろうっていうのがすごい興味がありますし、同行クエストが早速実装されたみたいなので、そこでより知れるかなっていうのがすごい楽しみですね。
なんとなくね、色味とかそういうところは共通点としてありますけれども。
Well, isn't Origin only about humanity so far? In which way? Just because Alicia was self-proclaimed, the self-proclaimed Herrscher of Human? I don't think that the concept itself can be tied only with humanity. It's just something that Alicia chose to highlight, but the Origin as a concept in Honkai Impact Third is used to symbolize a lot of things. It's also the beginning of the Samsara. Because as I see Origin and Finality in a broader spectrum, the way that they are referred to in the game is that one represents the beginning of the Samsara and the other represents the ending of the Samsara. And if you watch the 6.4 trailer, and even in the game, then mention that the Origin is a beginning and that Finality... the Origin is an end and that Finality is the beginning, symbolizing the fact that they are very similar in the nature, because the ending of one cycle is also the beginning of the new cycle, and the beginning of a new cycle is also the ending of the previous cycle. So basically Origin and Finality are almost the same from this perspective. And maybe that's why we don't have an Eon of Origin, because Finality is already the Eon of Origin. I don't know. I'm just talking random thoughts that I have in my mind. Homo, what is your current assumption of Eons? Do you believe that they're similar to Stigmatas in that they're imaginary powers born out of people concepts, or are they directly tied to the tree? I mean, we know that some of the Eons were normal people, were mortals at some point. Some of them were objects, or I don't know, Nous was a supercomputer that ascended to Eonhood. So I think that Eons are basically mortals that embody a philosophy or a concept so much that they literally became that concept. Because we don't really know what's required of you to ascend to Eonhood yet. So that's still a mystery that it is yet to be revealed. Yeah, Kinoris, exactly, two sides of the same coin. Do you think that playable Honkai Impact Third Kevin is possible in Starrel, or will we have to stick to CN Trailblazer as the closest will we get, since they have the same CNVA? Honestly, I think that every character from Honkai Impact Third is a fair game to appear at some point in Honkai Star Rail. Not as Kevin from Honkai Impact Third, because, as you know, Kevin is dead. But another Kevin from a different world, sure. I think it's very possible.
勘弁痛いだろうな。
これは回復です。全体回復が。
Yes, Eonsen kind of fits the harsher description with minor tweaks. Yes, but honestly, I would associate Eons more with the cocoon itself, and I would associate Hershers, I mean base Hershers, like Hersher of Thunder or Hersher of Reason, with emanators.
もう必殺技が溜まってるし。
Because if you think of it, both the Eons and the Cocoon are higher dimensional beings that can grant power to some sort of power or authority to mortals in this case. And we have Hershers in Honkai Impact Third and Emanators in Honkai Star Rail.
ちょっとね一旦ずつね大事なのかも。
じゃあちょっと温存しないと。
It is okay to talk about leaks, or are we staying with released info only? Only with released info. I don't want to enter into leaks territory. After the anniversary livestream will start in a couple of minutes, it's okay to talk about stuff that is out on the CN server, but no leaks
そうねリンクスにあと
of any kind for any game.
回復してくれてるからやっぱりねもう
Let me see.
炭鉱陰月がもうガンガンアタッカーとして
うん、そうですね。
臨月は完全にそうなんだな。
トカフカさんが
Okay, so this will start shortly. 7 minutes.
タイミング間違えなければいける。
Funny story. Yesterday I was trying to set up the stream for today, and I was very afraid because I thought that you need a Bilibili account to watch streams on Bilibili. So I was afraid that I need to make a Bilibili account to watch the stream. So I was like, what to do? And I asked Zikadla, because I know that she streams the Honkai dev streams usually, if I need an account.
溜まってますね
And she told me that normally I don't need a Bilibili account to watch the streams, but a Bilibili account would allow me to watch it in full HD in 1080. But after that she said that the streams are usually so scuffed that they are in 720p anyway, so it doesn't matter if I have an account or not. So what I did was just look at a random stream on Bilibili. I went to that stream and basically I watched for 50 minutes a Chinese VTuber playing a card game that I never seen before while not understanding anything, just to make sure that I can watch today's live stream.
いるといいですね
So yeah, that was an experience.
いけないけど。いけるいける
い。ける大丈夫
In Genshin, all the playable characters were granted visions, cores of power by the gods, which all seem to be authority of some concept. Coincidence? Yeah, I agree. There are a lot of themes that they like to reuse in the games. They are not necessarily related or the same, but they are similar. It's the same theme or the same idea, but presented in a different context and in a different way.
崩壊スターレールの最新情報をおさらいしましょう
Okay,
10月11日
let's switch to the CN
回应
stream.
这些温情。当然呢，期间也少不了舰长们的陪伴喽。转眼间就7周年啦，很感谢舰长。
Oh, dude, I'm so
也很感谢
excited.
这个故事
5 more
希望舰
minutes.
长们也可以从这些角色和故事中获得能量。崩坏3 7周年快乐啊！
Yeah, it's a motif.
舰长好呀，我是为苏莎娜和无量塔基子配音的林素。
Okay, I will also hide
一个有点冒失但又很真
the
诚的
chat and the alerts for the
这么
moment
紧张刺激的世界炮救援行动，他一定会忍不住跟家人分享其他女
to
武神的
have a
样子
better experience watching the stream. And I don't know what this is. I think it's asking me
这
to
就是
make an
斯
account.
莎娜对家人的温柔。说到家人呢，从姬子的离去到如今结局大团圆。
But yeah, anyway, we will not understand anything that they say during the stream, so we will just watch the way
感受到美好。
talking
那么
and
最后
geek out when they release the PV and any other thing that they have prepared for us.
石宇绮罗的配音演员宋媛媛，在二崩里大放异彩的石宇绮罗，今年终于出现在主线了，可喜可贺。
I think that using the same idea / concept but expanding it to a whole other universe is a good way to expand the cosmology and credibility of the hard work on concept of Honkai Impact 3. Yeah, I agree. Because if you look at their games, their main concept in every game, except for Tears of Them, is, because I don't really know, because I haven't played the game, is humanity's fight against destiny in some way or shape or form. In Honkai Impact 3, the destiny is the cocoon of finality, right? In Honkai Star Rail, the destiny are the eons. In Genshin, the destiny is Celestia.
不过呢，自从和普罗米修斯踏上旅途，
When I say destiny, I refer to it in a
他也逐渐感受
more so in a metaphorical sense, because they are the masters of the sad words that basically controls them.
普罗米修斯的没头脑与
So it's always humanity against these higher powers that
众筹各位舰长们的祈
have
祷。
control over them, basically fighting for their freedom.
崩坏
And I think this is a way in which you can sum up every Hoyover's games thus
希望
far.
舰长也可以继续见证接下来的故事。崩坏3 7周年快乐！
舰长好久不见
Update
呀！
TGS move from Star Rail to Tears of Themis. Yeah, so they are respecting
接
the
下来福华在弗洛斯会经历什么
the
样的事情？我也是
schedule
非
that
常
they showed
期
with
待
the logo for each game. And after TOT should be Honkai Impact 3. But I assume Honkai Impact 3 will happen at the same time with the anniversary, so we will be watching this instead, because it's the same information and none of them are translated to English, so we won't understand anything either
当
way.
他们再次相聚，一定也会像之前那样互相诉说旅途上的见闻。作为同伴的感情分毫不会受到影响。7周年到了，真的很感谢舰长一直陪着阿福和小石，也希望舰长可以继续在崩坏3中获得
This is
快乐
JP
和温
server's
暖
anniversary
这些
too.
角色的故事
No.
会一直跟着
JP
舰长
has its anniversary at the same time as Global.
7周年快乐
This is
舰长
only
们
for
我
CN,
是希尔
and
伯特的
SCE will have its anniversary soon after,
是惊险刺激。
in a couple of weeks, when it's 7.0 for us.
希尔和黑希尔的命运而捏一把汗，所幸最后的结局还是很轻喜剧的。看到两个希尔彼此相拥。
After all the years I've played Honkai Impact, I've never understood Honkai. What exactly is it? I mean, Honkai is a very complicated thing to explain. And what do you mean by Honkai? Because Honkai is used to refer to 3 different things. Honkai can be the cocoon of finality, Honkai can be the Honkai phenomena itself, which are the Honkai disasters, the Honkai beasts, etc. And Honkai can also be the Honkai energy, which of course all these 3 things are related, but but are not quite the same thing. I would like to get more into detail about the Honkai itself, but the stream is starting, so we will have this discussion maybe in another stream. People, what is Honkai? Oh, a good question, nice question. Yeah, that's also exactly my reaction. Because it's a can of worms that I'm very afraid to open, because the discussion can spiral in so many ways.
Hello， 各位舰长们，晚上好，欢迎来到《崩坏3 7周年庆典节目》。
Yo, hello.
千人绿子的配音演员穆飞。 非常高兴能够担任本次的主持人。那么相信大家肯定早已经等不及了。
This is Boegi, right? The CN voice actor for the Horseshoe of Dominance.
我旁边的这一位，
屏幕前的各位舰长，晚上好，我是你们老朋友
Yo,
大伟
it's the man, the meat,
非常高兴
the way.
再次相聚直播间，共同庆祝崩坏3 7周年的生日。舰长们好，我是 IP 帆船，又和大家见面了。
Is it me or
上次节目预告的料
this is Fen Chuan? This is the main writer. This is the the guy responsible for all the quantum physics and all the stuff that people are not the biggest fans of. And this is the director and the voice actor for Fu Hua and Senti.
提迟，首先让我们来有请大伟哥来预告一下吧。
哎，那我就
Is it me or that way wears the same shirt to all the live streams he's appearing for all the games? I think it had the same shirt for the Genshin anniversary too last week, right?
我们先从马上就要到来的7.0版本开始。让我先急。
好的好的，那么接下来我们就来先进入版本 PV， 一睹为快吧。
Okay, let's see the PV.
为什么会有种陌生的感觉？我这是睡着了吗？
小格蕾修也想和我一起看漫画，
那可太好了，我最喜欢边看边聊了。
I don't know what's happening.
什么？为什么？明明昨天大家还是笑着的模样。
格蕾修，
和我共舞一曲好吗？就在这里。
化为灰烬。
离那个人远一点，我会亲手开辟我们的幸福。
Okay, I have no idea why it keeps doing this. I don't press anything, it just puts me out from the full screen. Okay, show something. Oh my god!
这是一个很长的
They,
梦吗？
the Madlets did it! They did it! I can't believe it! They gave her the the silver wing and Luna treatment. Ah.
应该习惯了吧？
Okay, I don't want to go on Twitter after this
我在
because I'm sure that it will be a shitstorm.
解析主线的剧情。
好，
They really did
怎
it.
么全是关子呢？
Oh my god.
那首先这样吧，我们先来
And
请大
oh,
伟
and
为
yes,
我
this
们
is
介绍
the
一下
the big
这个
spoilers for chapter 40. Grisio is back.
与爱以及呢是 S 级异能属性雷电元素的角色。当然
Save, save, everybody saving.
那月下将以十字架作为武器啊，并在战场上将十字架。
Honestly, I'm not sure how to feel about that. I need some time to process my feelings about Mommy Grisio.
附加流血积蓄值。
Because I was not expecting that. I knew she would come back, but I didn't think that they would actually
斩断敌人。
age her.
爱之人啊，优雅的吸血鬼也会不顾一切地展现出自己狂暴的一面。当电锯充能到一定程度时啊，月下会进入狂化状态，抡起双锯挥砍，并且
Everybody save, save.
发动特殊攻击，以守护之名合并电锯吸引敌人。
It has been 50,000 years. Yeah, I guess, but
必杀技时德雷莎
Kevin, Sue, and Fuho also didn't change very much.
前不断的切割敌人，最后跃至一轮红月之下，划开敌人的身体，结束战斗。而在必杀技开启之后，带有雷电元素伤害特性的队友角色全元素穿透。
But like I said, Twitter will be mad.
我也觉得非常的
Twitter will be mad after this.
终于可以接月下回家了。
我相信屏幕前有不少
Did you
舰
play
长，
chapter
也包括
40?
我
I
看到
haven't
他的
played
时
it,
候
but I've read some summaries that were translated.
摄像摄像
So I know what happens, I know the entire plot, but I haven't played it myself.
备而来啊！我要考一考各位了。月下初拥装甲时装时的主线剧情是什么？那么如果是知道答案的舰长，一定要记得在弹幕里面跟我们
They
互动
increased
哦
her budget.
大家
Oh
答
my
有奖
god.
励吗？
互相抢答
What have you done, Hoyoverse?
事情啦。
不过月下的故事线确实埋了很长的时间，漫长的时间改变了他的面容和姿态，却没有改变他那份
Skipping territory for
日
Grecio.
我们算算时间，可能很多人那时候还没有上大学，现在都已经毕业了。
太感
好久
慨了。
6年呢
Do you think that they will merge Captain Verse into the main story of Honkai Impact 3? Because I'm pretty sure they can't switch. They can stretch the Vita plot for over 7 years.
那么这次
I
7.0的版
don't
本更
know.
新之后啊，月下誓约与爱以心的推荐武器
They
血
kind of
之匣
already
以推荐
showed
武
that
器
they
血
are
之匣爱之线
related,
将同
as
时装
we saw in chapter 32 when Kiana saw an image of Brony in the Sea of Quanta.
非常狂暴，好像也很适合我们小时
So
候
I think that maybe we could see characters from the Captain Verse in the main story at some
我
point,
们
but
来
I
继
don't
续
think
说
that.
我们之前这个话题啊
Why do you
说
keep
我们这个
doing
推荐
this?
的圣痕套装长夜江明也将在7.0版本更新后上
This
线
is because I didn't make an
圣痕
account,
套装
guys. I'm sure that's the problem.
一个普通但是令他非常难忘
Because
的
I'm
夜
not
晚
pressing
伊
anything.
斯和卡莲两个对他来说都是非常重
Okay,
要
so
的
these are
人
her stigmatas, right?
甜美的梦中酣睡。
除了舰长以外，最重要的人。
对对对，没错没错。那么在7.0的版本更新之后啊，大家千万不要忘记了抽取月下誓约与爱以心的推荐装备补给，首次10连是免费的哦，千万不要错过了。
等
Okay,
一
what's
下
happening?
导播老师，好像这个灯有什么不对劲？
什么情况？
今晚的月色也很美呢，
Okay, this is getting
和我
annoying.
们第一次见面时一模一样。
It's okay, guys, for you if I leave it like this, because there's no point. If I make it full screen, it will just go back to
你准
this.
备了一份礼物啊
I will leave it
你
like
会
this.
喜欢吗？
I'm sorry if it's inconveniencing you, but it is what it is. Oh, this is an event, right? I saw that they are doing an event in China in collaboration with 5 Ferris wheels, with where you can basically go on a date with Luna. Captains can go IRL there and go on a date with Luna on the Ferris wheel, and you can get some goodies as
我也
as
一
far
直
as I
记得我
know.
们的约定哦。你看，那座摩天轮，就是我为你点亮的哦。这一次，要一起跳什么样的舞呢？
Yeah, they really said go outside.
答应我，每次看到月亮升起时，就要想起我啊。
哇，让我来看看，收到了一封。
这谁能忍得住啊？天哪，这谁能忍得住不答应啊？
大月下，
Homolabs
这是几滴月
VIP
下推出的
consumable
新
premium
风
big
格啊
emotes are
不过
what
新闻上写的什
is
么呀？
making you
我
leave
看一
full
下啊
screen.
好的，这是
Ah,
一
you
份
mean
来
you
自
mean
月
these
下
at the
的
bottom?
约会邀约
And how do I
这是
get
他
rid
为
of
舰
this?
长精心准备的礼物，兑现曾经的约定。
You know what? I'm gonna
2023
leave
年
it like
9月
that. I don't want to
我们
touch
将在
anything
上海
and make
长
things
沙
worse.
成都、合肥和宁波5座城市的5座摩天轮举办线下快闪活动，免费邀请舰长们前来重圆月下的甜蜜誓约，创造新的回忆。
欢迎舰长们前来赴约，参与现场打卡征集。
Bro, you can
和
literally
摩天
pay
轮
to
限
annoy
时
other
挑战
people.
活
I
动
have no
还可以
idea
获
how
得
Bilibili
主题
works.
周边礼物
I have
更
no
多信
idea.
请舰长们关注崩坏3的官方平台资讯。
I usually watch this stream. I watch MG's translation and
还有了
Zikabra's reaction on YouTube. So I don't watch things on Bilibili usually.
那肯定了。在一段故事激动刺激的冒险结束之后，总要来一段后日谈才能圆满收官嘛。7.0版本全新活动“渐渐的牧长奇谈”就给大家这样一个机会，舰长们将和月下来到一处世外桃源，通过种植、挖掘、钓鱼、培育等玩法，建设你们的新家园。怎么听起来跟农家乐似的？
动了，我觉得没有人可以拒绝种田小游戏吧。
好，那我们还是来介绍这个活动本身。首先是耕种玩法，在自家门前的
TGS,
土地
bro.
上
Some
可以开垦
everyone is saying
种植
TGS.
收获
Why?
可以
Something interesting happening
打
there?
粉和石块扩大开垦的范围。
那么随着繁荣等级的提高，能种的作物也会变多。 如果运气好，还有机会收获超大作物哦。那这么稀有的农作物也能在出售的时候卖个好价钱。
如果想要改善农场或者升级工具，可以去矿区挖掘必要的材料。随着矿区探索。
Okay, wait.
Its origin and finality, an ongoing part 1.5.
Okay, let's watch this.
Life and death. The story of Honkai Impact 3 continues. Our new chapter will unfold on a new planet, Mars. The spaceship bound for Mars is about to set off. Let's have a sneak peek at the trailer first.
This is why people said 2 ways. Okay, it's happening. My god. This is giving me such ZZZ vibes. It's crazy. Hey, the generic NPCs are back! Duggo!
The adventure on Mars will bring new stories, new themes, and a new comeback system. Before the official release, we will refine every detail to perfection and create a new journey exclusive to Honkai Impact 3. It has been 7 years since Honkai Impact 3's debut, and I'm grateful for your unwavering support. Your support has enabled us to keep writing positive and wholesome stories on the new planet. The fighting spirit is about to burn brightly.
So this is connected to Honkai Impact 3. Yeah, kinda. Dude, this is why Vita said that the cocoon doesn't go near Mars. I mean, Sa doesn't go near Mars. She said that Sa is deliberately avoiding Earth because of the cocoon and Mars. So this is why Sa is afraid of Mars, because on Mars something entirely else is happening. I think they ended the Chinese live stream. I don't know, what should we do? Should we continue watching the TGS or should we go back to the to the CN live
紹介を
stream.
させてください。
ご紹介
はい。まずね、今回番組お送りするのは
Multiple
この方
different.
々では
Yeah,
つぐみさん
we're
から
gonna
お願い
watch
します
the live stream, and after that we're going to watch the video again and analyze it.
担当させていただいております。つむぎりさんでございます。何卒よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いいたします。
Yeah, okay, we will go back to the CN live stream then.
周年庆的
Hello, Dawei. Long time no see.
约而至。那今日起啊，累计登录即可获取10
I saw that they showcased Senti's new divine key for a second there. Yeah, that's another thing that will happen. We will get a new Stigma set and a new divine key for Senti that will change a bit her gameplay. Will make it more fun, just like they did with HOT and HOR. And she will become a fully fledged DPS, no more support. I mean, she will still support DPS Cell, but she will also work as a DPS. Yeah, well, Sa doesn't go near the proper world in general. Yes, but they specifically mentioned Earth and Mars. And I was like, okay, I understand Earth because the cocoon is there, but why Mars? You know, it was so random. Why did they mention specifically Mars? Now we know. Did you see the new part 2 trailer? Yes, we just watched it on the TGS stream, and after that we moved back to the anniversary. But no worries, after this is over, because I'm sure that they posted the trailer on the official account too. We will go back and watch the trailer again and analyze it.
不过我们节目刚刚开始的时候啊，我们关于主线剧情第41章还留了一个悬念，那就请帆船老师不要客气，赶紧给我们讲一讲吧。端上来，端上来。我也得报菜名了。哎，对对对。
Dude, I'm hoping that maybe they will show even some of the new gameplay, because Dawei said that there will be a complete new gameplay, right? I really want to see the graphic improvements and how the new combat system will work, or the improved combat system will work.
一切尽在《崩坏3》主线41章杂染相续，就请舰长继续关注剧情的更新，跟随格蕾修和浮华的脚步，向真相迈进吧。那穆菲老师被灌了好大一个力。
Okay, so we have confirmation Grisio is back in chapter 31 in her adult form. Yeah, it looks so much like ZZZ.
我的天哪！这个信息量太庞杂了。缓一缓，忘记。是绿洲女士让你忘记，没关系。哎，我得去开瓶牛奶，让自己冷静一下。
I mean, they mentioned that Earth was the cocoon's last stop, so maybe it went to Mars, and after that, only after that it came to Earth. But we know for sure that Earth was the last stop.
对敌人造成伤害并附加弱点，同时为我方提供增益 buff。
不同的浮华装甲各自拥有。
Dude, I'm already having PTSD thinking about all the new lore drops that we will have with part 2. Oh my god. I have my work cut out for me for the next few months. But you know what? I'm actually looking forward to it.
击破后生成黑洞吸引并提高伤害。出战时选择合适的装甲和流派，就能让战斗事半功倍。
Yes, I don't know who said this, but to clear the mistranslation, Vita is from Venus, not Mars. Mars is a mistranslation.
将形成太极阵，提高全伤害。在异星状态。
In both Chinese and Japanese, they say Venus. It's not Mars. It's just the English localization messing up things again, like they usually do.
重生关卡中进行战斗，该关卡为多层挑战玩法，每层通关后，
It's a future Homus problem. Damn right.
增益效果中任选其一，进一步强化浮华的战斗能力。玩法中拥有红色、金色与蓝色3种品质与多种不同流派的增益，可以体验到多种增益叠加搭配，感受爽快的战斗。
What joke did I ruin?
那么我们舰长参与活动，完成挑战，积攒了一定数量的橙味糖果。
It's hard for me to keep up with everyone in the chat, so I'm sorry if I ruin some of your jokes. It's not intentional.
限时奖励一定要记得及时领取哦。
在这次主线中啊，还将上线一种全新属性的敌人。那这种属性名为星辰，它与现在所有属性不存在克制的关系。但星辰
TGS showing the JP Hyperion launch for Honkai Impact 3rd.
星辰属性的敌人分为生形状态和固象状态。
I see.
在生形状态下，当敌人生命值
Okay, and this is the new enemy type, the Stardust type.
这时攻击敌人将扣除他的生命值上限。固象状态持续时间结束后将重新恢复成。
I don't know because I haven't played the Chinese beta, but they seem really annoying. I'm not looking forward to them.
那拾取残核啊，消耗残核攻击敌人时啊，可以根据消耗数量对敌人的生命值上限，造成相比一般攻击更强
I'm
的
wondering
伤害。
with the new gameplay, does the part 1 stuff
我明白了，就是一
will
边
be
捡残核，一边
separated?
输出，
Will
不
be a
断削
separate
减
thing or
星辰牌的
they
生
will
命值
try
上
to
限吧，
merge it?
对不对？
I have no idea.
因为它相当于有两管血嘛，我们也有更
I
多的
have
应对手段。
literally no
随着
idea what
角
they are
色攻击
planning to
动作
do.
的移动可以很自
I
然
will
地
assume that
拾取
most of the
足够的
things from
残
part
核
1
如果
would
能
still
够合理
remain.
利用
Maybe
技
they
能
will
本
change
身
the
的位移
gameplay
效
for the
果
current
就
battle
更加
suits and
灵活了
adapt them
比如说我
to
们的中间之旅者就可以
what
在
they
触
have
发绝
planned
对
for
时空
part
断裂
2.
之
I
后
don't know,
先
but
把残核
it,
都解
I
开再
I
进行
it doesn't really make sense for me to separate them. I mean, they worked 7 years for these battle suits, and especially the newer ones are incredibly fun to play and
哇，我们刚才也是聊
have
了
an
很
awesome
多的
design.
玩法内
So I
容
don't
啊
see why they
那
should
剧情
separate
进
them.
度稍微有一些落后的我啊，就想问一下帆船老师，我们方舟计
Psycrab
划
all
这个
over
名字我
again.
是很
Yeah,
熟
and
悉的啊，
imaginary
毕竟这个剧
enemies
情刚
with
刚过完，我
imaginary
真的是印
cores.
象非常深刻。但是它究竟具体是怎么一回事情呢？
这可是人类
When
文
Raven
明
was
面
the
对
only
破坏留下的一
imaginary
些希望。
unit in the game.
它相当于是搭载了整个
Let me tell you, that
地球
wasn't a
生态
fun
系统
time.
的基因库然后航行到宇宙里面。舰长们可能还记得，在漫画传承篇里，凯文其实也提到过这个计划，并且因为方舟已经很多年没有联系过地球，他认为这个计划基本已经失败，格雷修可能也凶多吉少。实际上，方
So
舟
why
计
are we
划一
going
共
to
进行
Mars
了
and
2 次
Vita? I was
星
always
际探
talking
索
about
两
Venus
次的
seems
目的
kinda
也不太
random.
一样。第一
I
次
mean,
主要
not
就是在
really,
太空中留下文
because
明的备份，
this
这样
doesn't have any
不至于
connection
说
with
万一
Vita.
地球被整个
Vita's
摧毁了，那个
story
整个地球的那
probably
个文明
is
和生态
related
就断
to
绝了。
part
那么
1.5
第二
and
次是格雷
APHO.
修自己
I'm
主导的是
assuming.
真正意义上的宇宙探索和
This is
实现
something else
地球
entirely.
生态文明的播种。
哦，所以福华去找到小格雷修的时候，他还躺在休眠舱里。
是的，而
If
且
this
休眠
traditional
舱
part
盖
of
上
the
布满
story
了
maybe
灰
it
尘。
will be made a
按
new
照福华的
mode
反
like
应来讲，格雷
APHO.
修本人也长大了。
感觉这样的设定让
What I would like them to do,
电影里见到的
this is just story-wise, nothing to do with the gameplay, right? I would like for
让我们来看
to
看方舟
make
的
the
概
story
念
of part 2 the
这艘飞
story
船其实
for
从
the
外
new
观
players
上看
that
更
start
接
the
近一
game.
把钥匙和一般的飞船长得
Wait,
的
what
确
is
不太一
this?
样。这其实也跟后续剧情的展开有一定关联。方舟整体设计也是和往事乐图里的科技感是
Haven't we
相
seen
吻
this
合
in
的
the
它不
trailer?
太像现代航天的这种风格，而是结合了一些魔法呀、刻印
Some
呀
kind
这
of
种感觉。
concept art.
另外，在方舟尾部有一个飞碟形状
Anyway,
的
what I
悬
was
浮
saying
大
is
石
that
舱，上面
it would be
掺满
nice
花
if
的
they
形
would
状
make
也
the
和
story
地
of
球
part
上的
2
蓝
be
色
the
斑石
story
有
you
无一
play
我们
when
的场景
you
布局
start
上
the
设计了
game.
方舟在宇宙
Because I
上
think
航行
that
的姿态
the early
与
chapters
最
of
近技术
part 1 are
的
very
样貌
outdated
来
and
增
they
加
don't
它
offer
作
a
为
very
成
good
为科技
experience
产
for
物的
newer
一种
players.
合理性。
So maybe they can take the story of part 1 and make it a separate story mode that you can play at any time. But if you start the game, it would be awesome if they make it so that you start directly with part 2. Because that would improve the new player experience a lot.
还得是福华。
哦，是啊，我录的时候我也发现了啊，有福华在的剧情，主打就是一个让您看得安心、品得放心，是吧？
Or was that ship the Ark actually? Because I know that in chapter 40 the Ark crashed into Phosphorus, and maybe that was the design for the Ark.
半年前一度让舰长们为之疯狂的。
Wouldn't that mess with the storytelling? Well, if part 2 is not really directly connected to part 1 and everything is, the characters are new and the setting is new, then not really, because you can start part 1 whenever you want. But if it's directly related and you need information for part 1 to understand part 2, then yes, then it would mess the story. But I'm hoping that you will not, and you can start directly with part 2 and go and play part 1 whenever you want.
一同带领我们进入第2部的世界。
那么下面我们就从一支信息量爆炸的预告片开始讲起。 飞船已经准备就绪。
I'm telling you,
舰长
this
们
is all a Doom
一起出发
collab. We are
吧
going to Mars and they are going to show some BFG 10K. Maybe. Okay, so this is the same trailer.
指令长赫利亚，确认。雷达天线确认，着陆引擎确认。
Let's watch it again.
着陆，开始。
着陆舱确认分离。着陆引擎对接完成。
From the looks of it, I don't think we will have playable male characters, guys. Yeah, this seems like the cast for part 2. And I'm happy to see that Mars has the same generic NPCs as Earth. That's something that never changes, huh? They're the same everywhere. Wait, well, was that the moon? And this seems like the new villains. And you see the logo change. It's not the same as the current
预告
one.
片告一段落，转眼间啊，我们已经登陆新的星球，与两位等待多时的老朋友相会了。
Okay, so they will reveal more info about
我
this.
是美术阿基。哎，就像刚才预告片里面介绍的那样，大家现在看到的布景位于火星的某个世界炮中。
Honkai Galaxia when? This is Honkai Galaxia. You thought it was a new game, but no.
是紧密相伴，相当于新主角们的家。
你要不要数数啊？为了这个家，我们提了多少场景的原画需求啊？
也不多吧，也就2、3层楼，10几个店。
10几个店。
其实我们的思路是说，与其做一个空泛的都市，不如去做一个精致的商圈。那么每家
Yeah,
店
yeah. It seems that the new cast will be from
你们
Mars.
之前也是和我说要做一个小小的更新啊，结果是整这么大。
Or from the looks of it, it seems that some of them might not be from Mars and are just traveling to Mars. But the setting is definitely on
相信
Mars.
很多舰长也还没消化完里面的信息啊，所以我们还是从世界观开始聊聊。
好，在跨越中间之后。 崩坏3第2部的故事将离开地球。
I can definitely say that the effort of the trio wasn't in vain. Look at the post-Honkai civilization.
我们将和游戏当中的新老伙伴一道，
I mean,
体验全新
I
的
agree
生
with
平
that.
世界，在世界炮之间探索火星文明的
Honkai impact on TGS
说
done.
到这个啊，
Well,
我们这个 T 恤上的神秘文字啊，在嘉年华就出现过。这也是
So
和
we made the right choice to switch to the CN live stream.
小彩蛋，它是我们
Even though I don't
为火星文明
understand
特意设计
anything.
的一套文字系统。 今后也会在第2部的场景里得到广泛的使用，比如说我们。
But we see, because I know that after this is over, we will a few people on Twitter. I'm surely that will translate some of the stuff. So we will look at that after everything is over. So don't worry, we'll try to look at every piece of information we have available.
其实呢，这套文字其中蕴含了我们 UI 同学的很多巧思。如果以后有机会呢，我们可以分享一下这套文字的诞生过程。
不过我们还是先带大家看看
So
新
no
的
more
场景
divine
长什么
beings.
样吧。
I mean, we have no idea. We have to wait and see.
在故事开始的时候，
Okay, so
我们将在它的
I
这座
imagine
摩
that
天
this
大
is the
楼
new
安和
city
大
in
厦
which
里
the action
它
will
的
take
氛围呢
place.
非常接近我们熟悉
And
的
we
现代
see
城
this
市，充
thing
满活力，科
again.
技发
I
达，
have no
包容
idea
万
what it
象。
is.
即使是历史中遗留下来的地标，比
But
如
we've
说
seen it
末日
during
之堡
the
通
trailer.
过建筑上的独特设计与周围的现代建材融为一体。而随着故事逐步展开，
Okay,
我
and
们
this
会在
this
机缘
is
之下
Mars.
邂逅与欧夏不同的另一个世界炮狼丘。
I
在
think.
阴沉
I don't know.
破败，
Rather
让
than
人
me
感觉这里曾经
speculating
被
and
强大的力
talking
量所拥有。
a lot
不
of
过这
of
也是一
crap
个
that
更具
is not
复古
true,
风
it's
情的地
better
方，比如
to
在里面
to
看到
wait
种
and
种
see
古典科幻的
see
文
some
化元素，
translations
甚
after
至还
the
有一
stream is
种
over.
略带蒸汽朋克的感觉，对吧？
确实，这些可以说是
But this seems like different locations from Mars, if
其实呢，
I can
对
assume.
这些世界的各个区域都做过比较精细的设计。
Hopefully no more
期待
Herschers.
大
We
家
should
在
move
未来的
forward,
深入其中
not stay in one
体
place.
验全新的故事。
Yeah, say that to the cocoon from Mars that it's hiding there somewhere and is making new Herschers left and right.
真正可探索的地方啊还有很多。
Wouldn't that be
如
funny,
果说了
huh?
这么多啊，是不是应该把我们之前提到的这个新伙伴赶紧介绍给大家了？
哎，其实这个话题，说实话，我
Yeah, I
今天
love
抄
the
这个版
vibe
本
of the
了
music as well.
哎，就像前面说的那样，第二部的故事当然会有第一部的角色参与其中，但在这个故事的开始阶段，我们会重点刻画大家在火星上遭遇的新伙伴。
哦。
就像
There's the
刚
cocoon
才
of
预告片
Mars.
展示
I
的
don't
那样
know, guys.
这些人当中
Don't
有来
don't
自
take
地
what
球
I
的宇航员
say
比如
seriously. I'm
火星
just
世界炮
joking
里土生土
because
长的
I have no idea what they're
最重
saying
要的
because
改
I
变
can't
是
understand
在第二部
Chinese,
中
so
玩家可以扮演一位被
I'm
伙
just
伴们
fooling
称为
around.
寻梦者的支援型的角色。
But we will look at some translations after the stream is over.
当我凝视着
Okay, so
镜
these
子
are the new characters.
我便成为了创造自己的人。
寻梦者是欧夏市的一名工科学生，
This is
具
one
体
of the
学
new
习的专
MCs.
业是从
We
数据
saw
之海其实也就是量子之海的一种特殊形态。
And
从这里面
there's
发
a
掘出
similar looking
他在机缘巧
male
合下
version,
遇
so
到
I'm
了
assuming
一
this
位
is the new
如此神秘
MC,
的人物，
and
并
you
且
can
与
choose
自己的
between
遭遇
male
开启
or
一场
female.
漫长的冒险。游戏当中的
Just like
寻
in
梦者
Star
或
Rail
人
and
物性
Genshin,
但是有女
an
男
APHO
两种
for the
外观
matter.
可供选择。在完成故事的序章后，大家可以在他的家中任意切换。
Mars 7, okay.
也可以这么说。不过从崩坏3一贯的叙事方式来讲
I'm
我们的主人
assuming,
公
guys,
其实
like
从
I
来都不
said,
只有
but
一个
from
人
the
嘛
looks of it, that
我
kinda
从
looked like a
角
new
度上
MC.
来看的话，大家也完全可以把寻梦者当做一名普通的角色，就像我们看 Kiana。
At this point, they could have made an entire new game. I mean, they practically made.
作为一支一起冒险的队伍啊，里面一定有一个开心果一样的角色。
那当然了，其实这就是我们的希纳迪亚。让我们先看看他的资料吧。
接下来是什么样的冒险呢？
Okay,
希
this
娜
is.
和寻梦者一样，来自火
She
星。
looks nice.
她有着一头引人注目的红发，就像刚才提到的那样，是团队中一颗活泼的开心
That's
果。
what I said.
作为
From
将
the
长
look
期
of
在
the
这样
trailer,
故事中活跃的角
they
色
showcased only girls, so I was like, okay, we won't have playable male characters anytime soon.
那我接下来要介绍的这位就是一个特立独行的队伍的成员了啊。
要是你不嫌麻烦，叫我的全名倒也无所谓。
And we also saw her during
视频里
the
面
trailer.
拉力是第一次出场。
I like her
是一个
design.
作为
Again,
宇航员
very
为飞船
ZZZ-ish.
操作的一个人。
It's very similar. It has this urban punk style, just like ZZZ.
那他的性格乍一看是比较冷淡的，说话还带一点黑色幽默，但是其实
Yeah, it's very different from what we have now.
挺多的这方面
Like visibly different.
老师爱因斯坦。
所以他和别人的互动就很有意思。可能他嘴上说着哎要
Yeah, I don't dislike it or anything,
做着
but
为团队
it's
提供很多帮助的事情。
非常
It's different.
还有一个人啊，他是谁啊？
哎，轮到我们的赫利亚登场了。
要想追赶上那些前辈，
Okay, I think this is my favorite design thus
赫利
far.
亚是克拉利所在的火星探索小队队长，也是天命的现役
Okay.
A 级女武神。作为队长，他是一名能力出色的战士。不过和他的偶像尤兰戴尔一样，在日常相处当中，他也有着
I
一
heard
些
something
奇妙
about
的可爱
Durandal
之
and
处
Coralie.
上面提到的
Okay, so I'm assuming that
就是寻梦者最初集结的冒
their
险
names
小队了
is Senadine, Helia, and Coralie,
还有
right?
几个陌生的角色，
That's
其中有一位
that's what
和
I've been
小
able
队
to
关系还是
to pick up
密切的
from what they
是一位
said.
叫做松雀的女孩，松雀会是寻梦者一行人在朗丘遇到的第一个重要人物。
And after this stream is over, I have to show you guys something interesting.
要不然帆船肯定要 疯狂的暗示我了，哎，别说了，别说了。
Because if I'm right, they actually teased these characters since chapter 35. But we'll get there after the stream is
我也
over.
很期待这个完全不一样的故事会如何开头。那预告里出现的那些人呢，那些地点啊，背后究竟有什么样的真相？
哎，这确实要靠大家上手之后亲自探索了。不过第二部不只是新故事的开头这么简单，接下来就是我们旭光老师的主场了。
崩坏3是一款动作游戏嘛，在战斗和玩法上
God, I wish I could understood what they are saying. Because it feels like they're saying some very important stuff, and all I can do is look at them and nod. Okay, what is this? Okay, so they will show us the new combat system. Awesome, this is what I wanted to see. Dude, this looks so good. Oh my god. It's like Star Rail combined with ZZZ. That's the feeling it gives me. Dude, so awesome. And the music. Yeah, rip potato phones. You better upgrade, guys. Or play it on the PC. It's HI3 meets HSR and ZZZ at the same time. And who's that? It looks like Dudu. And they updated the NPCs, guys. It's not the same 3 models everywhere. Oh no, I take it back, they are the same. Here's the default little girl. But from the looks of it, some of them are changed, and there are a couple of new ones. But show me the combat. Yeah, the characters look cool, but show me the combat. Okay, so we can jump in the overworld. New enemies. What are these? They look like the fungi in Genshin Impact, but if they have legs. Okay, so she has a hammer. What in the name of... Okay, so aerial combat, APHO style, is back. And it seems like from now on every character will have it. Yeah, and what looked like a new weapon style, but you never know with Honkai. Because the weapon never matches what the character uses in game anyway. So that hammer, it could be a gauntlet for all I know. Dude, it... Joint attacks, just like in APHO. Dude, this looks so good. Oh my god. And yeah, again, the new logo. And you see Honkai Impact. With the new logo. Okay, what was that? This looks so good. So it seems that we will have aerial combat from now on, just like in APHO. Maybe new weapon type, but who knows? And joint ultimates.
是的。 先做一个说明啊。
Enemy joint attack too. Yeah, it seems like it. This is really Honkai May Cry. Yes, I agree.
没有直接的关系。那我讲一下第2部整体带来的变化吧。那对于第2部来说，最大的变化。
But what happened with the previous characters? You can't use them, or they will have aerial combat too. I have no idea, Nisa. We'll have to. See, I hope that we will still be able to use them. Otherwise, why did we spend a ton of money on them? You know, it would be pointless if we can't use them. So I'm hoping that maybe they will rework them so that they could function in the new setting. And they don't need to do this all at once. It's okay if they do it in small numbers with every patch. A couple of characters did patch, a couple of characters in the next patch, and over the, I don't know, course of a year or two, transition all your characters to the new engine, to the new combat style. But I think that is wishful thinking. I don't know.
比如说在跳跃之后可以作为一些
This isn't Honkai Impact Third anymore. I mean, kinda. For me, it doesn't feel like it's not Honkai Impact Third. It feels like this is an evolution of Honkai Impact Third. You know, we had Charmeleon before, now we have Charizard.
但是招式呢，它的设计是比较立体的。然后另外我们还打算做一些小队的空地配合的这样的一个战斗体验。
它衔接也更丰富了。
对，是的。
它是一个比较整体的一个进化，而不是单纯说我们只是战斗的一些动作。
对，它不只是角色不给角色升级了，而是所有整个游戏的体验全部都往3维立体了去。
整体的一个。
对，是的啊。那么聚焦到角色的核心战斗这一块呢，那第2部的角色将能够使用全新的星之环战斗系统啊。我们升级了战斗演出，然后也尝试了新的动画演出的形式，并且为每一个角色都制作了一一个开启星之环的动画啊。那在开启星之环之后
，So they were experimenting with joint ultimates in APHO2 because when I saw joint ultimates in APHO, I thought that they are a very cool system and I knew that they will bring them back because there was no way for them to not do more with them because it was such a cool feature in APHO2.
终于不用背那一套切来切去了。
对，当然我们也为每一个角色设计了一套星之环开启后的玩法。
Yeah, she's a yo-yo user.
星之环这个系统它是一个可以自由开启的战斗系统，对，可以自由的选择开启的时机，对各种各样的挑战。当然，星之环开启的这个时机也是舰长们要去考虑的战斗策略其中的一环啊。当然，我们也考虑到，就是学习新的机制一定会带来成本嘛啊。当然，我们在
And I'm glad that it still differentiates itself from GGZ because the combat seems very different from the one in ZZZ. As far as I know, ZZZ doesn't have aerial combat, and the way the combat flows is a bit different. And of course, ZZZ is more roguelike focused. So I'm glad to see that the combats are not too similar because that would have been weird, honestly.
首先是我们会做了一个新的东西，它叫怪物的生态。
Yeah, and this is also parry
它们会
mechanics.
随着环境和昼夜来发生变化，然后做出各种各样有趣的行为啊，比如说像视频最后那个彩蛋，我们就会看到他们像小孩子一样。
Yeah, Fire Blues. I'm also speechless.
对，还是挺有意思的。
I'm very, very excited and looking forward to
战
this.
斗的时候也要面临更多的情况。
And I like that the enemy still look pretty goofy because that was I don't know, something that I liked about the Honkai Beast, but that some of them looked very, very goofy in a sense. And I like that they kept this aesthetic for the newer ones.
还有怪物的预备动作这些细节来判断怪物到底会释放哪一种攻击。像比如视频里的这4个怪，它们叠在一起之后会放出横扫，那么这种横 横扫的攻击就需要用跳跃来躲避，而他放出另一招就是这个纵劈，对，你在地面用普通的闪避就可以了啊。这个东西我们在玩法上定义为
look at the combat.
攻击，
It's really the APHO combat if we are being honest. It's not that different from what we have now. It's just presented in a different skin, but this is basically just the APHO combat.
所以，与其说是推出这个第二部啊，不如说是
And the HOF and
都在努力把崩坏3做成理想中
finality
更完美的
combat.
哎，是的，对美术来说，这也是一个挺好的机会嘛。之前我们一直在要说，做新东西啊。
Yeah, Platinum. I agree. APHO has the best combat. So
只能说修修补补，在这些基础上
I'm not mad.
优化一下。但是呢，从刚刚的欧夏市逛街的这个视频，我们可以看出，其实第二部的场景它整体的感觉和我们第一部既有的这些场景其实已经不太一样了。
就跟我们年初放的那个视频一样。
哎，对，概括一下，我们想做的新风格，那就是让崩坏3的
and the overall looks amazing. Like I said, it's like they combined Star Rail with Zenless.
贴图就可以做到的。首先，我们要想好场景的细节。它里面的材质啊、光影应该用什么效果，再一点点的去打磨。比如说，光影落在物体啊、
And it seems to be
角
hub
色
based
身上
again, just like
它所受到的
Zenless.
光照和阴影，我应该如何去处理？
我记得我之前
So I'm assuming they will change the whole interface. Hopefully.
对，以前我们其实角色只有那个受光或者在阴影。
Imagine having this whole game somewhere hidden in the current interface. That would be awful. They really need to change it.
但是和我们场景其实是不是特别相容的。当我们看到其他，其实我们新的产品其实已经对这个进行改进，其实我们也跟进了，就是让整个画面更加整体。当然，就是说美术的升级啊，其实并不是很容易定义成我们。
But the characters are going to be gacha or exclusive, just like APHO. I think that they will be gacha. Because this is not APHO. This is. It has the same combat like APHO, but it's not APHO itself. So I think that all these characters. I mean, I'm assuming that some of them will be given out for free, but some of them will be also gacha. Imagine that they changed the gacha system and they introduced 50-50 to Honkai Impactor. Now that would be something that I wouldn't like.
玩到的内容啊，但是呢，在7.1版本的时候，我们就已经会上线。
Imagine if it's a new open world. I mean, I'm assuming that it will be similar to APHO or ZZZ. It will be a big hub where you can go and interact with the. Okay, new UI and the old characters. Okay. Dude, this looks so much better already. Oh my god. Thank God that they are changing the UI. Okay, so this is very similar to Star Rail and Genshin. It was expected, to be honest, but it looks really good. Thank God that they changed the UI. My God. Events? They will add the events in the game? Please tell me they... Oh my god, I think they are doing it. They are adding the events in the game. Or... I think they are adding all the events in the game, guys. That was the Susana, the Kira, and the Sushang event, which are technically related to the main story, so I'm assuming that's why they are adding them.
我们决定提前上线一部分新内容，也是希望大家能够感受到我们确实正在一步步朝着第二部迈进，它也离我们不远了。而且我们的7.3版本也只是第二部的一个起点，我们会在之后持续不断的上线新内容，对游戏的各方面进行翻新。也感谢舰长们一直陪伴等待。
Okay, I heard something related to 2024, so I'm assuming they are talking about the fact that it will come out next year.
第二部的新情报我们就介绍到这里，那后面还有更多7周年的活动将和舰长们分享。
Yeah, we're eating really good. So, is this the end, or will there something be after this?
有刀子，但是应该也没有多牛。二次元美少女嘛，能有多刀呢？
应该是罪人挽歌那个时候，牙医和 Kiana 决裂的那一段啊。如果拯救你是一种罪，那我来成为这个罪人。
There's more? Awesome, awesome.
一个是22年8月12日写的杂谈，我许下
I'm assuming these are all Chinese content creators. I know this guy. I saw some of you of his videos, and he talks about the lore in a very endearing manner. I really enjoyed watching it because there was someone translating his videos on YouTube, so I got to watch a few. Yeah, also guys, these codes are for CN only, it will not work on global. This is just for the Chinese server, so it will not work for you. Anime series announcements in her copium. I mean, that's some large amount of copium. I don't think that we will get, but imagine. That would really be a way to end this with a bang.
为了传承这份美好，我也拉了巴老师的小号入
Let me see, have they posted the
已经比我快了，但是不要紧，有人跟我一起
the trailer on the official? Hey, it's me. I'm assuming they haven't? Nothing is posted, right? No, they didn't.
感谢当年那个决定入坑的自己，让我在这
Dude, everybody's streaming.
收获了特别多的幸福、快乐、感动和泪水。将来
I'm assuming they will post it later.
3继续一直走下去。
Yeah, I saw that Matt had it. But we'll see, if they don't post it when this is over, we will watch it on Matt's channel. If not, it is what it is. Yeah, probably waiting for the stream to be over, I agree. The entire Honkai community is streaming, I mean, yeah. Dude, I'm so excited, I'm so happy to see the new stuff, the new gameplay. I'm so happy that they fully transition into APHO gameplay style, and the new UI looks awesome. And I love that they still kept that feeling of Honkai Impact 3rd, because that UI is very similar to the UI in the newer events and the UI of APHO 2. It's extremely similar, and they kept that feeling and updated the game with it. I'm somehow glad that they didn't went full Genshin and Star Rail, and it's somewhere in between. You still feel like it's Honkai Impact 3rd, but it looks also similar to the other Hoyo games.
祝崩坏三
祝崩坏三7周年
7周年生日快乐，
生日快乐，
生日快乐，
生日快乐，生日快乐
，7周年生日快乐，
祝崩坏3 7周年生日快乐。
欢迎回来，真的很感谢出镜和未出镜的各位创作者对崩坏三的
Okay, so there's more.
也非常感谢屏幕前各位舰长们的陪伴。转眼间，我们已经一起走过了7年，今后我们也将一同前行。 共同为崩坏3创作出新的篇章。
那这样的共同创作又会是以一种怎么样的形式来展开呢？
当然是周年庆必不可少的各种热闹的线上线下的活动了。
From Labs, I remember they're saying that when part 2 is finished, it will all be clear and answer certain important questions, seeing how it looks. I wonder what they were talking about. Yeah, I remember them seeing that in the previous live stream for 6.9. They basically said that after part 2 will end, we will see how it is connected to part 1 and APHO, because they said that basically it is all connected in the way, but we won't notice how it is connected from the start, and it will be revealed as the story progressed. That's what they basically said. So yeah, this is still connected to part 1, part 1.5 and APHO. Okay, what is this?
很多我们这里上学的孩子看起来好像不喜欢和其他人交流。
I'm not gonna lie, for a second I really thought that it might be a trailer for an anime.
其实我们一直在思考，如何
But
能
yeah.
让他们导弹能把内心的想法展现出
They are
来。
basically modernizing Honkai Impactor for good, and it might be even avoid the awkward gameplay overlap we had in the past when they're trying to funky things. I mean, yes, especially since they said that they want to keep the game alive for a lot more years. So they basically had to modernize it if they hoped to keep it alive for that long. Because let's be honest, we all love the game, but we can all agree that it felt pretty
一直以
outdated.
来，音乐也是我们所传达的内容里很重要的一部分。相信不管是创作者还是舰长们，一定都能感受到音乐带给人的力量。所以在这次计划里，我们也很希望让孩子们在课业以外，也有机会通过音乐来认识自我，获得心灵上的成长。
本次星火公益计划将是一项长期的计划。那除了硬件上的帮扶啊，我们还发起了乡村音乐教师的长期培训活动，让孩子们在教室的。
I cannot wait for this to end and go and look at some translation.
专题片，听，希望藏在
Yeah, I think this is related maybe to the school that it was said in the past that they are building.
那今天这个节目
Or it's maybe another charity event that they are doing, because they are doing a lot of those
什么意
things.
思啊？苦瓜汁已经不流行了。
哎，拿过一次东西，我不会再展示第二次了。而且我们今天是周年庆典，
得来点甜甜的，是不是？
当然了，请各位老师一起看向自己的座位下方。
哦，
我准备了一点小惊喜给大家。
Okay, so I'm assuming this is another collaboration.
哎，我希望老师们喝下这口甜甜的奶茶。
Meanwhile, let me open Twitter and see if I can find some translations. I know that Chibi usually translates this live. So let me find him.
当然了，好东西怎么可能少得了各位舰长呢？7周年之际，崩坏3和 Coco 都可奶茶即将展开联动，让我们来一起看看本次活动的预告吧。
Okay, so I found some translations made by Chibi. So we will read those after everything is over.
"自从店里来了个主播啊，工作量超级加倍。看来齐安娜的打工之路还是挺坎坷的呀。
那我相信艾丽只是朴素的希望跟别人分享好东西。
肯定
I've been watching you for 2 hours. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't believe it either.
开始，崩坏3和 Coco 都可奶茶将在全国部分城市的门店
I see that.
开展包含崩坏
I
3主题
think
门店
this.
主题套餐、主题
I just looked for a moment and we almost have 500 viewers, which is crazy. I never had this many viewers at the same time. I usually have around 100 viewers, so I can imagine that people are excited for this.
一面是艾丽的，哇！
除此之外，这次周年奇遇
Also, thank you very much for tuning in and choosing to watch this together with me. It really means a lot.
开启线下快闪邮局活动。
And yeah, I'm very happy, and I hope that we can look for further together to the new story and the new phase of the game.
真是收藏的从
This is the art book, I think, right? The one that the second volume.
可以打开吗？
可以打开
哇！
里面有东西哦。
是什么好东西？哦。
Keep up the good work. Love your videos. Thank you very much. I really appreciate all the support you guys are giving me.
上海市卢湾邮政支局、河北省保定市直隶邮局参与此次的线下活动。
Yeah, I'm really happy that I'm able to help you and the community in any way I can with my videos. So yeah, again, thank you.
同时，线上也会进行主题征集活动，参与也有。
Honkai is winning, yeah.
在7周年
I mean, this I had high expectations from today. I'm not gonna lie. And a part of me was very afraid that they will not going to be met, and that I would be a bit disappointed, and I was kinda mentally preparing myself for that. But no, they really met every expectation that I have for them today. Like somebody said in the chat, the only thing that they can do to top this is to announce an anime series, and that would literally kill me.
9月22日，崩坏3将与支付宝共同携手开启绿色出行主题活动。上支付宝搜“崩坏3”，通过出行。
Yeah, I don't think they will announce APHO3 today.
周边等奖品。哎，我国庆节回老家是不是就可以用上了？
I honestly don't think that we will get APHO3 anytime soon, because I think they will want to focus on part 2, and I think that maybe we will get APHO3 with the new graphics sometimes during part 2. And that would be a nice way for them to continue the story of the main cast from part 1. And maybe they can have 2 stories. They could have part 2 with the story on Mars, and at the same time have APHO continue the story of the main cast on Earth.
崩坏3主题活动啊，舰长们难免也会想起那些记忆深刻的画面吧。但我总感觉还缺了点东西。
哎，我懂你意思啊。那些让 DNA 动起来的旋律，也是崩坏3故事的重要一环。而这一次，我也带来了一个跟音乐相关的好消息。
Because we know we will get APHO3 at some point. Because they ended APHO2 on too much of a cliffhanger for them to not continue it.
包括崩坏3 OST、崩坏3 Onwards Original Soundtrack 以及人声歌曲 Ruby 啊、Starfall 等。那舰长们啊，可以前往 QQ 音乐、酷我音乐与酷我音乐平台。
Yeah, something like the main story and the Captain verse.
让我们一起戴上耳机，再次重温那些故事中经历的喜悦与感动。
They're updating all of Honkai Impact or just part 2 and onward? From what we see, they haven't shown any of the old zones during this live stream, so I don't know. Because they will update the UI for the old characters. That's all the thing that they showed. But they haven't showed any of the new zones. Or any of the old zones. So I don't know if they will also update the graphics for those. Okay. Is this a new animation? Or something else? This looks like a poster for a new anime.
虽然在身后开心玩闹的众人好像看上去很开心的样子啊，是从这个表情。
In February, so during the Chinese New Year.
最里面的是这个氛围好像就有点诡异了呀。果然啊。
Yeah, but I think it's something similar to Cooking with Valkyries and the Golden Courtyard. I don't think that it's really an anime. It's just something they made in house. But nonetheless, it's awesome that we have even that. I'm not gonna complain for a new animated series. Homelabs, do you think that the main group will still make appearance in part 2? I do not know. It doesn't look like they will make, but like I said, I'm hoping that they will continue the story of the group from part 1 in APHO and run it at the same time. But maybe some characters will make some cameos here and there or appear later into the story. That's not something that I would say it's impossible. But from what it looks in the beginning, I don't really think that anyone from part 1 will appear. I'm assuming this is another web event, right?
那么投票活动现在是崩坏3的时间，将于10月12日在游戏内上线。除了可以获得水晶奖励，每道题的最人气选项。
Yes, Rupe, they said that part 2 will reveal eventually how everything is connected. Wait, so is part 2 in the same time frame as part 1, or is there a huge time skip flashback? We do not know. We'll have to, I don't know if they mentioned it, but like I said, we'll have to look at some translations after this live stream is over.
想起整个故事的开始，还有这些年来创作的很多过程，都是大家深刻的回忆了。
这也是我们和舰长共同成长、互相成就的一个故事嘛。
唉，作为一个新人舰长，我也确实从这个故事里面收获到了非常独特的美好，获得了不小的力量。毕竟它让我从我为什么要来玩这个游戏，到我来玩崩坏3真是太好了，经历了如此之大的转变。
那我作为萌新舰长啊，哈哈，也是配音导演和
They
配演员，
posted it on
跟
YouTube.
所有舰长们一样，一路见证着崩坏3，也
Let
期
me
待着
see.
它全新的未来。
在持续更新的1.5部的
Yes,
同
they
时
did.
我们也正在
Okay,
朝
we
第
will
二
we
部
will
的
also watch this
期
later.
待给大家全新的
9 minutes? Was it that long? Or did they include?
向
Oh,
我
they
们表
include
表达
they included the part with the gameplay and everything else. Awesome,
向大家
awesome.
传达一些我们的新尝试、新想法，希望大家能够好好享受本次周年的精彩内容。
This looks like a very emotional discourse, and I'm very sad that I'm unable to understand it.
我们周年见。
Okay, so it's finally over. So no anime besides maybe a new animated series made in-house by them. But yeah, awesome, awesome. Very, very interesting changes. So I will close this. And let me put first, let's read some of the translations first, okay? And after that we'll come back to the video. Okay, so we have Chibi on Twitter. They are usually translating this this stuff for us. So let's see what we can find here. Livestream. Okay, this is the. I'm gonna skip stuff related to 7.0 because we already know. Let's see if we can find something real. In the main story of chapter 41, we will follow Fuhua and Grisio to uncover more mysteries. There will also be more story mode playable characters in addition to Fuhua. Okay, so like we thought, Grisio will be part of the main story and we will be able to see what happened to her during these years, and I'm assuming more characters will join. This is the stigmata that we will get. Okay, what is Project ARC? ARC is basically a whole database of ecological and genetic data. If you remember from the comic, Kevin and friends think it may have failed and Grisio is gone. Okay, so this is nothing new. There's even subtitles in the YouTube video. Okay, so we will watch the YouTube video shortly. Okay, so I was right. This is ARC. Project ARC has been carried out 2 times. First, it was for making a backup in space. Second, it was Grisio's personal decision to do universe exploration. This is what ARC is. This is what the ARC is like. It confirms with the technology in ER. Okay, so I'm assuming this is the blueprint of the ARC and is very similar with the tech that we see in the ER, which, you know, it makes sense. Okay, so these are the new characters that we saw. I love the little details that they have this mask so they could breathe in space. Again, we see these 2 characters and the new logo, which looks great, by the way. Okay, Finchuan, after overcoming finality, the story on Earth has ended and we move to a red planet, Mars. The devs today are wearing t-shirts that say Hello Earth. Okay, so this is Mars. I'm confused. Why it's saying Hello Earth when we are going to Mars? Oh, and this is isn't this the text that was during the announcement that they made a couple of weeks before and nobody knew what it meant? So basically it means Hello Earth. Oh, and let me put some music while we are doing this. Okay, new character, Dream Seeker, one of the main characters of part 2. So this is what I assumed, because I don't know, is the new main character that the player can choose, because there are two designs here that look the same, but one is a girl and one is a boy. But I see that Chibi didn't really mention if that's the case. Okay. The last one is, these are the new characters. The last one is an A rank Valkyrie. I'm very curious if there are still Valkyries there, because shouldn't they be called something else on Mars? So this is the last one, or it's this one? Which one is the A rank? Okay, for part 2 the combat system will get a total remake with this open world like map. Okay, so we have confirmation that we will have open world maps. And look, I know that a lot of people are mad on the fact that Honkai introduces open world. I'm not really. My problem with open world in Honkai Impact 3rd is that it runs like dog shit. And that's my... I don't dislike the concept of open world. I don't like when it's not properly implemented. If with this new engine they can make the game run properly and not lag or have any other issues, I don't mind open world. My biggest issue with open world in this game was the fact that it runs like shit, like I said. I don't like the mechanic attached to the open world. That's fair, that's fair. But again, don't expect an open world like Genshin, maybe not even like Star Rail in terms of openness, because what open world in Honkai Impact 3rd terms is like more like a hub, right? Which I'm assuming this will be. I think from the looks of it, if you look at the next images, the combat it's still in this arena-like styles. So maybe the hub will be just for managing, I don't know, some other stuff. Because this to me looks like very arena-like style, like how we have the combat zones now in the story. Yeah, let's see, maybe they reveal more. Level designer, just give a disclaimer, the stage just now is a testing stage and not related to the story. Okay, so you see, I just had to read the next the next text, so that is not an actual stage from the story, it's just for testing. In part 2 all characters can jump, use hooks all the time, Z-axis moving will be a part of the combat system. Okay, so they are really bringing all the things from APHO to the game now. Because I don't know exactly what they mean by hooks, if it's something similar to what we have in APHO where we could attach ourselves to some points, or they implemented these hooks in the combat itself. A new system, Star Halo. After starting the system, all characters will be in ultimate state. I don't really know what this means. Monster behavior and scene will change according to time. UI update, art director, age. We have been saying we want to make the game like an animated movie. Okay. So basically, the environment will change based on the time of the day, if I'm understanding this correctly. And again, this is the new UI, which I really like. Okay, and February 2024. And keep in mind, this is for the Chinese version. So if they don't plan to sync up the Chinese version and the global version of the game, that probably means March for us on the global side. Okay, this is indeed the charity school project, and I think this is all. Okay, following Golden Courtyard this year we will have another special animation, Perfect Holiday. Cast Fu Hua, Buka Fushi, Rita, Bianca, Sele, and Teresa. Okay, so we were right, it's a new animated series made by them in-house. Which, like I said, it's always nice to have. Did they mention what this is? Preliminary server information. Part 2 starts from version 7.3 from February 2024. Again, in the China server there will be a large-scale renewal of the UI, operations, battle system, and etc. Again, these are the events that we saw, and I'm assuming that's also the UI for the story. No thing we could forecast what is coming. Yeah, I also don't think that they will sync up, because I think that will be a huge logistic challenge for them. And how will they sync up? Because if they try to sync it up, we will basically we'll be losing a version. So they would be fucking us in the global server if they do that. Or they could try to do it make the versions in the global server 1 week shorter, so that we don't lose too much content and cram 6 weeks of content in 5 weeks. But we are still losing, because we are basically losing 1 week of farming crystals. So yeah, that's a big problem, because we are basically losing a couple of weeks of farming, and we will be at we will have less crystal than we normally would have. I don't know how others feel about this, but to be completely honest, I don't really mind being one version behind. It would be nice from a lore perspective, because I could make more theory videos without being afraid that I will spoil people, because I have to compromise. I either make a theory video that can be very easily disproven because the next chapter is out in China, or I can look at the chapter in China and make the theory video, but a large portion of my audience will not be caught up, so I have to put a large spoiler warning and those viewers, because the majority of people won't be coming back after the chapter is out. So as a lore content creator, yeah, that's not very good, but it's not something that, oh, I definitely need them to sync the two servers. Bro, look at the FGO players, they have to wait like 2 years. Really? I'm not familiar with FGO, I didn't know. I know that I also play PGR, and I know that there's a 1.5 year gap there, so yeah, I can understand from that perspective, because I really wanted the new alpha, right? But I have to wait until February. Chat is having a war about the main character. Guys, keep it down. Like I said, I can keep up with all the stuff that you guys are typing, but keep it down. No need to go to war over this. We still have no context. Like I said, I just assume that might be a self-insert character that we choose. We have no confirmation as far as I know. So keep it chill. And even if it is, it's not something to be that upset about. Okay, so let me keep it civil. That's all I ask. Please don't be toxic in chat. Let me see if Chibi posted something new, and if not, we will watch the. Doesn't look like it. Let's watch the video again. All right. Okay, and we will also pause because we saw the trailer.
Hey there, I'm Dawe, your
see
old
some
friend.
stuff.
Honkai Impact 3 has been with us for 7 years. After part 1, the moon's origin and finality, and ongoing part 1.5, Dance of Life and Death, the story of Honkai Impact 3 continues. Our new chapter will unfold on a new planet, Mars. The spaceship bound for Mars is about to set off. Let's
Okay,
have
so-
a sneak peek at the trailer first.
So they said that a spaceship bound for Mars will follow. So I'm assuming that some of the characters, like I said in the beginning, are not from Mars. Maybe they are from Earth. Maybe they are, I don't know, maybe they are from the future Schicksal. And they are going to Mars in that spaceship. And something happens there and they get stranded. Okay, Hyperion 11, ready, landing. Okay, so this is Hyperion. Or a newer version of Hyperion.
指令长赫利亚，确认。
Commander Helia. Okay, so
雷
this
达
is her
天线
name.
确认，着陆引擎确认，自动驾驶确认，着陆开始。
着陆舱确认分离。着陆引擎对接完成。
Okay, let's look at her again. So I'm assuming that they get there's another civilization of on Mars, right? And something happens and they get stranded there. And I think that only these two characters are from Earth. And maybe the rest of them are from Mars, I'm assuming. And this is again that giant, I don't know, it looks like a sword hilt thingy that we saw in the open world. Yeah, anchor. Now that you said it, it looks more like an anchor. I agree. And I think that these characters are from Mars. And this is the supposedly new self-insert. And I think this is the same well that we have in the Arc City stage and in the bridge, right? Yeah, it's exactly the same well. I don't know, it is just me or is this place giving me a lot of Arc City vibes? I mean, they even have a train that is similar to the one. Daughter of Adam, lol. I mean, I don't think it's related to anyone from Earth. And again, we see some new variations of NPCs. I don't think we had those NPCs. Okay, so there's something related to that anchor. Because we see it here. We also see it here in this new place, which looks like it's in ruins. So maybe some disaster or catastrophe happened in the past and it's related to this anchor. And here are the generic NPCs. Here's the old man, the old lady, the corporate young man, the generic boy. Here, two old men that look the same again. I think this is the only thing that I don't really like. I was hoping, I don't mind them using these old NPC models, right? It's okay, but at least make a few new ones that are a little bit different. Don't put 3 old men that look exactly the same in the same place. I don't know, it's really messing with me. Okay, so this is another character, I'm assuming. This looks a lot like Dudu and like Karin, the new protagonist of GGZ. Okay, so let me go back. Is this the moon? No, this looks like some kind of telescope, I assume, or not. Maybe I'm completely wrong here. But this looks like the moon. Okay, I know that Mars has moons. I was not saying that it's the moon on Earth, because it wouldn't make sense, but it looks very interesting. I'm assuming that maybe the moon on Mars will play an important role in the same way that the moon on Earth did. And maybe there's something on Mars moons as well. Yeah, and the doggo. I don't know what's with this dog, but it looks interesting. This is not the same dog, right? Would that make the dog our enemy? I don't want to attack the dog if that's possible. Yeah, it has Cosma vibes. I'm guessing that it's because of the blue flames. Okay, so this let me go back a few frames. This looks like the new antagonists, I'm assuming, due to the fact that one of them is wearing a hood, and we have this ominous red aura around them, and maybe this symbol will prove to be important. Yeah, I mean, you know by the fact that it's a man that it's a villain. It's not a playable character, guys. Don't get your hopes up. He's a man, he's a villain, and he will probably die at some point. That's how Honkai Impacted works. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. Okay, so let me see that again. His eyes. Okay, this is interesting. Not too much to go about, but yeah, he has blue eyes. Okay, this is again. I think this is the same character that we saw earlier, right? Okay, so what's this? It looks like a dragon. I don't know. Honestly, it looks like a neon from Star Rail looking down on you. Lyle antagonist. I mean, I can honestly see that. Sa, I don't think it's Sa. I think it's something new, a new entity that it's on Mars. I don't know. Maybe it's Long, but no, because Long looked very differently in the trailer. Yeah, now that I look closely at it, it can also look like a hound and not necessarily a dragon. And again, we see the same anchor. And this is Mars. And we can see the lights here and here, so I'm assuming these are the places with civilization. We have here a town and the rest is here. which also has this red ominous aura about it, so it may be not that of a friendly place. And yeah, the red glow to confirm once again that this is Mars. I mean, I see some people pretty upset in the chat that it looks like Honkai Star Rail, but to me this looks very different to Honkai Star Rail. It's still Honkai Impact. It's just that we have a new cast, which is to be expected because the story of Kiana and the rest has ended. They literally have nowhere to bring those characters at this point. After Fuhua's arc, I think the only one from the main cast that could still get some development is Teresa, but as far as I see it, the journey of the cast is pretty much over. So I kind of prefer the fact that they introduce a new setting and a new cast for us to have than just milk the same characters over and over again. And I don't know, feel rushed or feel like those kind of shows that are very good for the first, I don't know, 3 to 5 seasons, and after that they bring out season 6 and you feel like it should have ended last season. And after season 6 there's season 7, season 8, and you feel like, okay, this is too much, that show should have ended. That's how I feel with the story of the cast from part 1. And it's not like we won't see them again. Like I said, I hope that they will still have a bit of closure and continuation in APHO, which can run at the same time as this, but it won't be the main focus anymore. I don't know, this is just my perspective on things. And if it's something that the Honkai Impact Earth team proved to me with the release of the Elysian Realm, is that they can make a completely new cast and make them extremely fleshed out and make us fall in love again with them. Because to be honest, when they first announced Elysian Realm, I did not think that I would like those characters as much as I did. And they did an excellent job with them to flesh them out. All of them felt very unique, had an awesome background, and I really liked them. To some extent, even more than the main cast regarding some points. So I have faith in them due to playing ER, that they are capable to make an entire new cast of characters that can be just as good, if not better, than the previous one. Yeah, so this is my perspective. Just be patient, they rarely disappoint us with new characters, so have some faith. Yeah, I agree. Even the new characters introduced in the... not really new, but how they introduced in part 1.5, they introduced Vita, they brought Kira back to the story, who, to be fair, wasn't that fleshed out, and they added Mistel in Prometheus, and I also think that they did a relatively good job with them. Maybe they didn't have as much time to flesh them out as the Flame Chasers had, but all of them had their growth. Even Susanna had her moment during part 1.5. So if it's one thing that I wholeheartedly trust the Honkai Impact third team is making good characters and fleshing them out. Now, they could use some help with the pacing sometimes. I agree. But in terms of characters, they always do a great job. And if this new story one of the things why Honkai Impact Third can make 7 hours long story chapters is because of the visual novel format, which allows them to cram very large amounts of dialogues into the story, because it's very easy for them to put them in. But if part 2, which I'm assuming will transition fully to a dynamic camera, and they will ditch the visual novel style, they will have to pace the story a little bit better, because they won't have the same luxury to cram that much story into a chapter, because it literally would be impossible, because they would have to work on it way too much. So yeah, that's also one thing to take into consideration. I believe we should use more of our voice to have a say on this matter, considering how much they make. I mean, if you're referring to how they handle the story moving forward and everything related to part 2, that's why we have the survey in game. That's the best way to reach them. And trust me, I say it as someone who talk with people from the Honkai Impact 3 team, and I can vouch for the fact that if you're toxic on Twitter, you will not make any difference. If you're toxic on Reddit, on Twitter about this, you will not make any difference. That's not how you voice this kind of things. And even if in the survey in the game, if you are toxic towards them, nobody will take your complaint seriously. That's why I say it's important to give them feedback through the surveys, and give them feedback through in a civilized manner. Treat them at least like they are human beings. And trust me, they look through them, and the global team for Honkai Impact 3 usually will move them forward to the Chinese side. So it's not like they are completely oblivious to the complaints that the global side has. But that's a tangent, okay? Let's move on. Hi, did you react to the 7.0 PV? Yes, I think you can wait for the VOD, or even during the stream you can go back and see when I reacted to it. Well, it wasn't much of a reaction, but you can go back and check for yourself. Part 2, unveiling. I'm not used to talking so much.
Honkai Impact 3 will mark a new step made by the franchise, marching from the Earth's moon system to the solar system. On Mars, we will embark on a new adventure as an original resident on this planet. It's time to embrace the exotic natural views and civilization on the new planet.
Okay.
And we will encounter new partners from different culture backgrounds. Of course,
Yes, I agree. His English is very
aside from
good.
the new story, we will have a full upgrade of the combat experience. We believe that the combat design based on Astral Ring will provide a brand new experience.
Okay, so we hear again this term
Now,
Astral Ring.
let's
I
check
still don't
out the gameplay
understand
demo
quite
to know
exactly
more
what
about
it
the
is,
combat on
but I hope
Mars.
they'll explain it during this video. Okay, Impact 3 2.0. Let's go. Okay, let me look at this again. This looks like a digital billboard, right? And this looks like Mars Durandal. Look at the reflections. So it's literally the same graphics as they showed us during the 6.5 live stream 6 months ago. Yeah, the movement is super smooth. And it looks a lot better than it is now. Okay, let me see. So I'm assuming, hopefully, that maybe some of the characters will have special animations when you are approaching them. Like we can see that she waved at us here, and we did not interact. Or did we interact with them? No, we just stood there, which is a neat detail, if it's true. Okay, so they did make some variations, and by variations I mean they give them different clothes. But those three grandpas in that shot still bother me. And again, the music is incredible. I really love the vibe. So these are the characters. And from the looks of it, we can also jump in the open world. Okay, this is the comeback. Iceberg Pokemon enemy. Yeah. It does look like a Bergmite, honestly. And whatever these are, flying robot fish. That was the joint ultimate. Man, this music, I haven't really listened to it until now, because I was very focused on the combat and the movement, but the music is also a banger. Oh yeah, so now I see it. The enemies could also combo attacks.
As you can see
them.
from the demo, the combat experience will be enriched and diversified in Honkai Impact 3rd. The adventure on Mars will bring new stories, new themes, and a new combat system. Before the official release, we will refine every detail to perfection and create a new journey exclusive to Honkai Impact 3rd. It has been 7 years since Honkai Impact 3rd's debut, and I'm grateful for your unwavering
They really
support.
came a long way. If you look at the
Your
game,
support
how it was
has enabled
during the
us to
release
keep
and
writing
how it is now,
positive
they
and wholesome
really
stories
came a long
on the
way.
new planet.
And
The fighting
kudos to them
spirit
for this.
is about to burn brightly on
Because
an
they
alien
kept
planet.
improving the game
See
and
you on
stick with
Mars.
it to the point where they are able to do this. Okay, let me see if they said something here. Let's embrace Honkai Impact 3rd, Part 2 in February 2024. Are you ready for it? Okay, so I was hoping that maybe they will reveal more. Let me see if Chibi translated something else. Don't think so. Yeah, okay, what I wanted to show you guys is in the beginning of the trailer, when they mention her name, Commander Helia confirms, right? And there's something I want to show you guys. Just give me a minute. Because I think what's the name of the other character, and it's very interesting because Hoyo teased them way before this announcement. Let me find it. Look at this. Helia and Coralie. I'm assuming Helia was the one that was piloting and Coralie is the other one. I knew about this for a while and I was like, who are these characters? Why are they here? Because this is, I know that they throw in random names at some point, but this is the part where they still have named characters. So I was like, who are these two people? Who is Louis? Louis is Carol's mom. From the, if you read the second eruption, she appears there. So yeah, Helia and Coralie, and I'm assuming the other characters named Coralie were basically teased back in I think February when they released this chapter. I don't know, it was February or March. Yeah, and this would also imply, yes, as someone said in chat, that this means that they are technically regular Valkyries from Earth. And I'm assuming maybe they go from Earth and are tasked with a mission to go to Mars. And we'll follow their adventures. So that would mean that, yeah, basically they are Valkyries, right? Isn't Throwaway the guy that we talked during the side mission in Colostan? Yes, exactly. And it's basically Dawei inserted in the story. It's supposed to be a Dawei insert, Loway. Because his real name is Liu Wei. You change the O with an I and you have it. Live from APHO, yes, and also Sora. How is Kira there? We see her in part 1.5. I mean, Kira is an old character. Even before part 1.5, she already appeared in chapter 25 EX with Durandal, and she also appeared in the second Eruption manga and in the Durandal visual novel. So, like I said, Kira is an old character. She didn't appear, and she's also she also appears in GGZ. But her first appearance is not in part 1.5. She is an old character. So it's not that strange that we see her name there. So we knew that Helia is the name of the girl that is piloting the ship. We have confirmation here, and we have another name, Coralie, that was together with Helia, and I don't think that we have the name of the second character that is with her. Let me find when they are. Yeah, so I'm assuming that this is Helia and this is Coralie. And yeah, if that's correct, which it seems like it's the case, they were teased back in chapter 35, which is a neat little detail. I hope that part 2 is unlocked to only part 2 characters. Honestly, I hope so too, but we'll have to see, because they really didn't give us many details. Does Kira remember helping with Kevin though? I don't think so. I think they just put her there, the name, just because they wanted to bring back some of the older characters that were in the story. Because during the when they met with Cell and Susanna in the Bubble universe, it is stated that Kira had no idea what happened with the cocoon, and that they basically had to explain what happened on Earth to her. So yeah, Kira, lore-wise, I don't think Kira was aware that she's participating in this. But to be fair, this is the least weirdest thing that happened during this moment. Will it be part of the game or separate? As far as we know, it will still be part of the Honkai Impact Earth game. So it's not a new game, as far as we know. Maybe they'll surprise us, I don't know. But it shouldn't be a new game. It's still Honkai Impact Earth. That wouldn't make sense, because if it's a new game, you basically would lose all the Valkyries you had, and we saw the Valkyries in the new menu, so no, it's not a new game. But yeah, I'm really hoping that they do something and we can use the old Valks in the new content, because if not, that would really blow. Especially for whales that triple S their characters as soon as a banner come out and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on the game, just for Hoyoverse to come out and say, psych, you know, all these characters you collected over the years and you spent thousands of dollars on, you can't use them anymore. Here's a new gacha banner, now now give us more money. And guess what, we're also introducing 50-50. But let's hope that's not the case. Yeah, in the game they separated part 1 and part 1.5. But I'm assuming that the regular content, like the Abyss, Memorial Arena, will also see some overhaul and new bosses, and I'm hoping that we can still use characters from the old content there. And also, if you want to use characters from old characters in the new main story, I would also like to have that, because I think that they, in part 1.5, they basically let you use any characters you want in some moments, if I remember correctly. I know that during the event you have to use your characters, but I don't know if during the story. I also think that during the story as well. I know that there are only few select moments in the story when you have a trial, like when you fight Vita as Cele, when you move as Susanna in the Sea of Quanta, and a few parts with Kira. Relax, guys. I don't know what's with this community, not only this community, I see this with every gaming community that I'm part of, and doom posting, when we have only bits and pieces of information that we don't fully understand. Look, I'm all for people having different opinions. I'm all for people not liking certain things. That's perfectly normal, and nobody should come and tell you what you should like and what you shouldn't. That's your opinion, and everybody should respect it. But I still believe that you should experience a thing, to fully experience a thing before you give out an opinion, that a definitive opinion that it's garbage or it's a masterpiece. At least try to wait for these changes to come out and play them for yourself. If you still feel that way, that's fine. But try to give them a proper chance rather than doom post on pieces of information that are not complete at the moment. yeah, anyway, so I'm extremely excited for the future, and all the possibilities lore-wise are through the roof. I cannot wait to finally be able to learn more about this place and the lore and make videos on it. I will really have to step up my game to keep up with both Honkai Impact Earth and Star Rail. But yeah, I'm excited and at the same time somewhat scared for what's to come. But yeah, like I said, it's a problem for future Homu. It's no use to beat my head around it right now. But yeah, even for the bridge, I don't know. Maybe they the game will transition to the same open zone as Star Rail and Genshin, and maybe give you the option if you want to keep the old UI with the bridge and have the Valkyries there. Or I don't know. Like I said, they didn't reveal very much, but at the same time a lot. I don't know how it's possible. But there are still many things we don't know, so we have to wait. Anyway, guys, I think that I'm going to stop here for today. I'm pretty hungry. I still haven't eaten. I want to make some food and relax a bit. I had a very, very full day. I had to clean up my house in the morning, and after that I jumped directly into the stream. But yeah, I'm very, very excited for the future of this game. Thank you again. Thank you very much for tuning in and for choosing to share this experience with me. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.